It's the picture before you press on the video, yeah.
2 wheels on the track limits just in that picture, just.
Right, I'm off, boys. Good luck tonight,
Yeah.
Matt, don't
Cheers,
fuck it
mate.
up too much.
Dante.
No, Dante, Fulton, Dante. Kelly knows about fucking Dante. Beth's
Matt,
watching it again at the minute, isn't she? Who?
You forgot someone, M. Plava.
Ah, fuck him. He can have second. You can have third.
Yeah, M. Plava's
No,
good.
what am I saying, Smith? Smith, what am I saying? Me and you've got a 1-2.
We in. Bryn's got a 2-3. Depends if Bryn's going to race fair, because the other night he was disgusting.
Really? I was not.
The other night, last night, he cried about my mum spinning and hitting him.
I asked Bryn to let me pass and he wouldn't let me, that was disgusting.
Yeah,
Smith, we've got this. Come on, Dante.
Matt, you live right now?
I'm not live on my personal Twitch, but YouTube is, yeah.
Okay, for some reason I can't send you the link. I'm talking to Matthew. And he's not even listening himself.
I am listening. Well, normally when you speak, it's bullshit, so.
Wow, you'll probably drop it anyway tonight. That should be your fault.
I'm still on a U license, man, that's horse shit. I've been playing this game for about 4 years now. I'm fucking U license still.
Oh, that was dirty. Is it sent on Facebook?
I'm on the Simplay Facebook at the minute, just promoting the thing. Yeah, I've got your stream.
Right, good luck, ladies. I shall see some of you in the interviews. Yeah, good luck, boys. And Matt, try not to fuck it up too much. You've just fucking cursed yourself. Actually, no. Matt. Don't fuck up tonight. His knees are warm and sweaty. His palms are sweaty. But he can't. Matt is, because he's going to go to war with himself. See you later. I will. Yeah. Good. Right. Your mic sounds loud enough to me. Yeah, you can turn it up though if you want to. So you go to sounds and devices. Oh no, wait. So hold the PlayStation button down. Hang on. Sound and devices. Adjust. That's too loud.
Is that really too loud?
Yeah.
That's where I had it before.
We'd go down 1.
How about that?
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
Yep. Marvelous.
Anyway, for any broadcast settings, do I?
Just go to. Go to party screen or go to party.
What on my PlayStation menu?
Or hold the button down. Says party.
Does it file?
On the quick menu.
Oh, sorry, yes, big pardon. Yeah.
Go to party screen.
Party screen.
Go to party screen.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
Brings you into where you can see my name and your name. Go to party settings.
Yeah.
Allow your voice to be shared. Always allow.
Always allow. See, that was off, so what's the other way around? Okay,
I believe so. Let me just. Well, I can tell you. Just hang on. Say a couple of things a minute.
Hello. How do you do? Me old cock sparrow.
Alright.
Is that sounding okay?
Hang on.
Hello. How do you do?
Yeah, that's fine.
Me old cock sparrow. Excellent.
Sweet.
Right, let's go another slash. I'll be back in 5.
We got 5 minutes anyway.
Okay, back in 5.
Alright.
I'm back.
Sweet.
So what's the news? Anything I need to know about? Matt's on double points and Parva's on double points.
Pretty much it.
Pretty much it. No.
No Ben, no Laney, no Nikki.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
Dang.
gonna be a fucking walkover for Matt, isn't it?
Well, he's on double points. That's why he's done it. So
Yeah. The only person who's gonna really, I don't know, yeah, and Parva's the only one that's really going to challenge him, isn't it?
really, and
I was
he's
going
on
to say
double
maybe
points as
Upar,
well.
but
Right, we've been told not to say who's on double points until the start of race 2,
yep,
or the qualifying at least.
yep, got that. Oh, I wonder if my posts went out. Have you got a notification? No. Oh, yeah.
Right, 2 seconds.
Okay. Oh, it's okay. There's one on 71 events went out. Yeah, 58 minutes ago. There's only a picture of the flyer, it's nothing, yeah, but... A very interesting guy I found with for this hard drive, Dan.
Alright.
Yeah, guy down Portreath Way, got a little unit down there. Yeah, you know, like repairs, does up stuff. Computers, mainly. He don't touch consoles as such. He just knew what the hard drive was. But seems to know his shit, like, you know.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my laptop down there and get him to maybe put a bigger hard drive in it and sort it out, and we'll see if he knows his shit. But yeah, as I say, he charged me a tenner for a fucking gigabyte hard drive.
Yeah.
So might be a good one to know.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck's sake, I can't message people.
I'm gonna have my arse handed to me. What sort of times you doing round here?
38s.
Fucking 38s, man. I've only got into the fucking low 41s twice.
I have, in the Porsche, done a 37.
Yeah. Well,
That's the Porsche.
yeah.
I mean, the McLaren feels nice, it just feels slow.
Yeah. But still, I'm still fucking, you know, I can handle being a second behind you. Do you know what I mean? But fucking hell, man, that's like 3 seconds. Fucking hell, I'm gonna have to write Haas down the side of my car. Be Fernando, innit? GP2 engine. GT4 engine.
Fucking hell, we got 9 drivers.
It's a bit poor, isn't it?
Wow.
It is what it is, I suppose.
So missing 4, 5.
Why can't Nicky race other
7.
than having COVID? Surely
Maybe he's not well
he's
enough.
at home, isn't he?
Maybe he's
Sorry?
not well enough. Maybe he's not well enough.
Oh right, sorry, yeah, maybe he's not. Don't shout at me, you horrible little shit.
Well, I said it 3 times and you didn't hear me.
Well, speak clearer. Might turn you up a little bit, actually. I've done 9 drivers. So with the 3 that are missing, who else is missing? Or is that it? Is it only 12 normally?
Obviously Ben, Laney, Nicky.
Nicky,
No Chocolate Man again. No Dean in a minute. No Liam.
Right.
Liam said he's not able to make this one, but he will be at the next one.
Right.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Simplay Motorsport. My name's Dan Davis, and joining me in the commentary box once again is my father, Kelly Davis. How are you doing this evening, Kelly?
Fantastic, mate. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Just a little bit of miscommunication there. Wasn't sure if we were live or not, so we had a bit of dead air for a while. But we are back here for the GT3s once again, Kelly, and we are at the beautiful circuit of Hockenheim here in Germany for round 3 of the season for the Pro-Ams, round 5 and 6. And what a venue we can go to next, and looks like we got beautiful weather throughout most of the evening.
Yeah, it's looking nice, and nice to be back here at Hockenheim. Classic German circuit for the Pro-Ams. A couple of guys missing tonight, though, isn't there, Dan?
Yeah, definitely so. We got a couple of the drivers missing this evening, and more, or as you see there, Ukbar having a big moment just behind DJ Phil. We're missing all the Pro Laps, boys. As you can see, we are down to only 9 or 10 runners here this evening, so no Pro Laps this evening. So a big opportunity for these guys to score good points.
Yes, indeed. What is it? Some sort of prolapse detention conference or something like that. I was trying to think quickly and it wasn't really happening for me. But yes, no prolapse tonight. A lot of them missing for various different reasons. So some of the quick guys. So Nicky, who's a Pro-Am regular, race winner as well. He's not with us tonight. No Ben Parkey, who's had a race win, and Laney, who've had race wins as well. All those very quick guys. So it leaves it open for some good results for some other people tonight, Dan.
Yeah, definitely so. As we see a couple of the guys struggling with internet at the minute, but hopefully they should be able to get back into the session. No wonder I'm struggling for the stream, because it's like a minute and a half behind. So I'm just freshening that up a little bit. But no, but underway here for round 3 of the season here at Hockenheim, and other thing to keep an eye on this evening as well, Kelly, is 2 drivers have decided to take double points. We obviously will keep that secret until we get to the second qualifying the second qualifier session here tonight, but this is a great opportunity for guys to score some points, and if the guys can get into the session, then yeah, there's plenty of points up for bags here this evening.
Yes, indeed, it's an opportunity for, as I said, for some of the guys who may not have the normal outright pace to have some good results, some podiums or whatever. So it could be very interesting, Dan.
Could be very interesting indeed. So, Kelly, would you like to know the current standings at this precise minute here?
I thought you'd never ask, Daniel.
Wow. Let me just get that together. So, leading the championship is Ben Parkey, who sadly isn't here with us tonight. He's leading the way on 46 points, a point ahead of his closest rival, of Matahimovic. Currently second place, and like I said, 1 point behind Ben Parkey at this precise minute. In P3 as well is his teammate Smithy, with that double points earlier on at Rebel Ring is keeping him in the top 3, so he stands in that 3rd place position. 4th place at the minute is Laney, and still no Laney as well for Team Prolapse, not able to race tonight. The next closest man to Matt is then N Prava in the Audi. He's currently 5th in the championships with 28 points, 18 points behind Matahimovic, and in P6 is Ugbar in the Janetta. 7th place is Nicky, obviously still not here as well. 25 points he has, 21 off the lead, with Smoky Devil in 8th place position, 24 points and 22 behind Matahimovic. 9th is a Welshie for MC Motorsport in the Lamborghini, 17 points for him and 29 off the lead. Then it's Dean Wasocki in 10th place position, not fast, just furious BMW, 17 points as well, 29 behind Matahimovic. 11th place goes the way of Stealth Sloth, MC Motorsport Lamborghini in 16 points, 30 behind. Bryn in 12th place position, who's now moved to not fast, just furious, with Dean Wasocki in the BMW, and he's on 16, 13 behind. 13th place is DJ Phil for Powerline Racing, the McLaren, 5 points and 41 behind. Then brings up the rear of that Buzzy Boy, who yet to score a point. Chocolate Man, who's still yet to turn up as well, but hopefully we should have that Buzzy Boy. Constructors, Sweet and Sour Motorsport lead the way with 85 points, with Team Prolapse in 2nd place, 62 points, with Rainbow Prolapse of Ben Parkey and Independent in 46. MC Motorsport Lamborghini with 33 points in at 4th place position. Not fast, just furious BMW in tied actually for 4th place with MC Motorsport, and the Audi Sport in 6th with 28. Metal and Racing now an independent with just Ukbar with 26 points. Smokey bringing up the rear of the independents, and then Powerline Racing as well with DJ Phil and that Buzzy Boy at the back of the pack after just 2 rounds. And Kelly, it's going to be a very important night for most of these guys, especially with multiple McLarens not here this evening, and we just got to see how these guys get on. It's all about gaining as many points as possible, and at this circuit as well, Hockenheim, it's very easy to make mistakes here.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a couple of areas on here that can be really quite tricky. As we're watching Dean as he just passed through somebody ghosting as they were spinning around the wrong way or whatever. We'll go through a lap in just a moment, and as we see, Dean having a bit of a moment after putting it in 4th place. The 2 guys setting the pace at the moment, both sub 140s is Matt and Empava at the top of the list. This is only a practice session, of course, so it's it's just getting a feel for the track. Really, it's not about the overall pace. It's just about getting your eye in, really. So a 20-minute practice session and then a 10-minute qualifying, which will then go for the race, of course, which will be approximately 30 minutes, however many laps that turns out to be.
Yeah, so about 19 laps is what we have here for the for tonight's race, and I've already forgotten the pit window, which is 25. I think it's 25% of the distance.
How many laps do you say? 19 or
19? So
19, so 4 and a bit. So lap 4 or lap 5. I'm sure we'll work that out before we get.
Someone in the comments will probably drop it, like Argent or something. Will probably let us know what
somebody will, no doubt. Would you like very quickly some stats about the track, Dan?
Oh yes, please.
I thought you might. So, FAA Grade 1 track, a very well known circuit here at Hockenheim. The original track was built in 1965, which used to go all the way through the woods, and this section here is part of the original track. But the original classic stood to 2001 when it was then redesigned. One of the first Herman Tilke designed tracks, or certainly half of it anyway, and capacity of 70,000 and lap record. You would guess that it's going to be a Formula One car, and it is the legend, the absolute legend, that is Kimi Räikkönen with a 1:13.7 around here on this configuration, the smaller configuration, which he did in the McLaren, the MP4 19P in 2004. So, as I said, very well used track. So a lot of guys will know their way round and won't need to do too much testing to learn it, would they?
No, definitely not. And I've got a couple of facts as well for you as I'm scrolling through here, looking at some of the lap records here at Hockenheim. For the Pro-Am, it's actually held by Fury himself in the Mercedes. He set a 1:39.5 in qualifying, so we will see how these guys will get on. But the race record is a 1:44.6 by Nicky in the Porsche. So we will see how they get on in the pro group. It is myself who currently holds the record with a 1:37.9 in the Porsche in practice, and then the race record was a 39.0 in the Porsche as well. So those are the kind of lap times we should be expecting here, and obviously we are looking to have some great racing here this evening, and this man here, Emprava, could be in a very good opportunity to take his first win of the season.
Yes, indeed, you're quite right, and going really, really well. And one of the surprises we didn't know a lot about this guy coming into this season, and he's certainly proven his mettle, Dan, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely so, as he's right onto the back of this Lamborghini, and already the Latvian has already figured out that this season is all about consistency, especially in the Pro-Am, and he's developed to that Audi very, very well. Welshie just in front of him there, and we've got a couple of guys in the comments as well. So good evening to Audio Sports, Smithy, on Orpha Dubs, MP and PN Motorsport Gaming, Smithy again, Welshie, evening all, Xmar, evening everybody, Disco in the comments as well, and a few others as well. Argent, Bethany's in there, Mummy D as well, SI Racing League has disappeared, and we got Mr. BMW as well. So a good evening to everybody, and looking forward to a good night's worth of racing. And get your comments in. Who do you think is going to take the race win here this evening? And also towards the end of the evening, we will be getting your driver of the day as well. And yeah, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button as well if you are new to the channel, and hit the bell to be notified for when we are live. And Kelly, I'm pretty sure you were wanting to take us a lap around this beautiful circuit here.
I'm just trying to catch someone who's just come in. Ugbar's just coming into the stadium, isn't he? So let's see if Ugbar's going to have another go round. Let's jump on his. Oh wow! Look at the state of his bonnet. Let's go there. Okay, so he's just coming through the stadium. As I say, this is part of the old circuit. That's the pit entrance there on your right hand side. So you come across the line, and turn 1 is a strange one to start with. And hug the curb on the inside, runs out very wide. If you ever watch any of the touring car DTM stuff like that, they go out really wide on that part of the track. You're going to turn right here on this tight right-hander. This is where the new track starts from the 2001 onwards. So through this a bit of a nothing left-hander. This is I call this a straight, but it does, as you can see, is on the left-hand turn all the way, but you're not really compensating for that. So it's flat scat, coming up to a very, very slow hairpin. So across the left-hand side, hit the brakes now, down the gears, down, down, down. Try and pick up the apex on the right-hand side, which Ukbar does. Try not to run wide on the exit. Very easy to do as you run wide and try and get traction. It's all about traction up through here. Right-hander, easy flat through here. Touch the curb on the right-hand side. Pull it over to the right for this left-hander. Hit the brakes now. Down a few gears. It's a tight one. Early apex. Opens up. Bring it over to the left-hand side to tuck in for this right-hander. Again, might have to just hesitate through the middle of the corner as the car gets traction. This is a tricky one as we come back into the stadium section. Very, very easy to run wide out on the left-hand side. Once you get out on that gravel, it's game over, that's for certain sure. Left-hander, down a few gears, tuck it in, late apex, accelerate hard, try not to run off the track. Again, tuck yourself in for the left-hander, then the right. This one, easy to go wide on this. Keep it close to the apex and then let it run wide. Last corner, tucked into the apex, put the hammer down, try not to run wide onto the grass. If you're going quickly, which Ukbar was in a 39.4, so that was a fair effort from Ukbar in the Ginetta there.
Yeah, good lap time from Ukbar there. Hopefully he can add another pole position and possibly a race win to the tally of Ginettas and himself as well. Andy, also one of the top drivers in the Pro, who managed to get the Ginetta to work, especially around circuits like this. Last time we were here, pit window from Pro-Am was lap 6, so we'll go with...
You said I'd be there, wouldn't you? Good old Kieran. Good to see you there, Kieran.
Well, lap 6 is what it will be then, so these boys will have to pit on lap 6. So many drivers. He's just rewatched the stream for us on season 3, so thank you, Arjun, for that. Lap 6 to all the drivers if they're listening. I need to put a post on Discord as well, so yeah, some interesting lap times coming in. And Brava leading the way in the Audi Sport with a 38.9, Ukbar with a 39.4, and Matt in the 39.7s. Dean's up there, Smokey not too far behind as well, but majority of these guys are just testing the car, probably not wanting to show their hands straight away, as for some reason Discord for me isn't working. So if someone would like to...
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
What, Dan, it's a little bit worrying for me, I'll tell you, because as you know and some other people know, I've had PlayStation problems this week. I had to put a new hard drive in my machine, meaning that I've lost all my setups, and really only this evening as I have an opportunity to go round. And just at the moment, if I was driving tonight, I'd be about 7th at the moment, which is very worrying for Pro tomorrow night. But I'm getting used to being at the back. It's quite nice back there. There's no aggravation. What do you think of this track, Dan? You're a fan?
I've always seemed to go well here, but I've never really enjoyed driving it. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one for me here at Hockenheim. It's not like I can never gel with it. And Matt just messaged me pit window. Well, if you were listening, mate, you would know. So so the pit window is a lap 6, and I've posted it now in the Simplay Facebook group, but I can't do it on the Discord. So if anyone's listening and they are getting able to access the Discord, please can they just put pit window lap 6, because I can't do it because it's playing up. So
yeah, I think I feel similar, the same to you, Dan. I've always kind of got round this track reasonably well, but I can't say I'm a fan. I must admit, I'm more of a fan of the original classic one that used to go through the woods. I used to think that was one of the great classic tracks. Nice long track. Let's hear from you guys in the pits, those of you who know and all that. Classic Hockenheim or modern Hockenheim, which is best? Let's hear from you in the chat, if you don't mind.
Well, famously, this was the race where Sebastian Vettel threw away an opportunity to win the title in 2018. Coming into the stadium section, he missed his braking and put himself in the barrier and in the wall. So even for the even for the world's best, and especially the local best as well, it's still a difficult circuit to get right, especially that stadium section.
I don't think Seb's been the same since then, to be fair.
Big off.
Gets it all wrong. Gets on it. Well, I don't know what the... Well, we got Ugbar going backwards. He got it all wrong, and then the two Lamborghinis kind of bumping into each other in the foreground. So, never mind. That's a bit of excitement for you, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit awkward there, but nonetheless. Let's go back to a more stable car. This is Matahimovic out on track right now, and big pressure on his shoulders this evening. Obviously, no prolapse, boys. You want to try and score as many points as he possibly can.
Yeah, this is an opportunity for Matt here to take big points tonight, Daniel. He's got a real opportunity for some great results, which will really boost his championship. So he has to capitalise on this. Of course, the downside of that is he doesn't want to get involved in any, argy-bargy or silly incidents, because a first lap incident can spoil your whole meeting, can't it? And that's what he doesn't want to get involved in. So he needs to capitalise, but he also needs to stay out of trouble as well.
Yeah, definitely. So he'll have to play the long game. He'll have to be smart about how he handles this. So it's all about taking it bit by bit, really. He's going to have to figure out the best way to conquer this race. And with it being a 19-lap race with a pit window of lap 6, he's really got to be cautious of when he pits, and he's really got to rely on Smithy to help him out as well.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, as you always want your teammate to. So yeah, we'll see how it starts to pan out for Matt and the rest of the guys, because Empava going well, Ugbar going well. Dean's there in the mix, Smokey as well. So, as I said, tonight there's a lot of opportunities to do well here.
Definitely so. So guys, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as well, and hit the bell to be notified for when we are live. And I gotta say also massive thank you to everybody who was watching the World Endurance on Saturday. It was a very big success, as I'm now still mortified by Gary's and Sutty's AIs.
Yeah.
And
I was supposed to be there to help on the commentary, but that's when my PlayStation troubles started. But a lot of the commentary sounded like Saturday Morning Kitchen to me. Gravy and chips and pineapple on pizzas and all that kind of stuff. But nevertheless, good watching. So if you haven't seen it, go back on the channel and have a look at the endurance. We've got another one coming up next
not for
month,
a while.
is it not?
Yeah, not for a while yet. We will be heading to Monza for the next one.
I believe. Something like that.
Something like that, yeah. But more importantly, F1 is back on Sunday night. We are heading back to Imola, and myself will be in the commentary box. I may have a special guest with me as well. I need to double check with him on that one, but we will...
Can you give us a hint?
Again, I need to double check. We might possibly having Emo Guy in the commentary box with myself as well. So make sure you tune in on Sunday, as Matt is coming through at the final corner now and exiting and finishing the session currently on a 1:39.7. Will he improve on this lap? Don't think he did.
No.
As that is your practice session over,
yes,
and it is.
Go quicker. Yep.
He did go quicker. He goes up into the second place, only separated by 2/10 from an Emplava, but that is the start of your practice session, and we are now underway for qualifying. And Callie, we're now about to get underway for qualifying. Yep. Favoured for pole? Who do you think?
Favoured for pole. I was going to say Empava, but I'm going to go with Ugbar. I think Ugbar's going to pull something special out.
Well,
maybe
to be a bit different, I'll go Emplava. I think he's got good pace in that Audi. The Audi seems to be suited here, but anything can happen here in qualifying, especially in the Pro-Am category. Now they've got a chance to really dump the fuel out of the car, get the tyres up to the window they want to be in, and let's see what they can do on a one-lap pace. And I feel like here at Hockenheim, it's one of those circuits that you gotta gel with the circuit and you gotta be in a rhythm. If you're not, the track's just gonna bite back, especially turn one and that exit curb. That exit curb is lethal.
Yeah, I was going to say, just as you said that, Dan, I'm thinking, yeah, I agree with that. But I think it's the stadium. I think the stadium is where a lot of people will lose out. You have to have a flow in the stadium. Again, when you first come into it, you run wide on that stadium section. And, you're in real trouble real quick. So I think the stadium is the bit where you need to have that consistency.
Well, yeah. Either way, all these curbs here at Hockenheim are probably one of the most lethal in the game. I just tested the McLaren earlier on this week, and I couldn't touch one curb without the car spinning. So we will see how these guys get on. But we've got 23 people currently in the stream, and make sure you get your votes in on who you think is going to take the first poll here this evening. As we have got 10 cars here, sadly, tonight. Not many drivers, a few unable to make it here this evening, especially the Pro Laps. Clang are unable to make it, but we were about to get underway here for qualifying, and Welshie is the man who will set the first lap time of the day, staying well away from that exit curb, as you should do so as Mercedes exits the pits, as Ugbar's gone extremely wide there at turn 1.
On his first flyer as well, so they're on their first flying laps. I think Welshie was the first person out. You've got to get out, you've got to get on with it. It's only a 10-minute session, and that 10 minutes goes very, very quickly when you're out there trying to get your tyres warmed up and up to speed. We're watching Welshie. I think he'll be the first man to set a competitive time. I threw the question out there, classic or modern Hockenheim, which is best? You decide. So far, nobody's commented. Thank you for that.
They have. Yes, they have. Emprava has. He said modern.
Oh, sorry, yes, I beg your pardon, I missed that one. Yeah, modern. Okay, yeah.
So we have one for modern.
One vote for modern.
And one for classic.
Vote for classic. So.
Well, we'll go modern for me. It has to be modern.
Fair enough. Oh, as well, she bumps over the curb. If that was, that would destroy the front splitter. Not great.
Fury in the comments, the ex-Pro-Am champion, saying Matt for pole. Guys, let's get your predictions on who you think is going to pole. So far, we've got 3 different people voting for 3 different drivers. Ugbar, Matt, and Emprava look like to be the 3 favoured. But keep an eye out for Smokey Devil in that Mercedes as well. If that Mercedes is hooked up, he could be on point for a pole position. And Mummy D in the comments as well, Matt for pole. So who is going to take pole? But it is Welshie who's going to be setting the first respectable time here this evening, and it is a 1:41.9. What is Matt going to do? He does a 39.1. Good banker.
2.7 seconds quicker, yes, but that's more the region where pole is going to be decided. I was going to say Welshie's time will start tumbling like a fruit machine, but straight away Matt goes, and as we go, Emprava goes quicker again on a 38.9. And where's Ugbar? 5 seconds off. Maybe Ugbar going to warm his tyres a bit more.
He did have that off in the background, didn't he? So he obviously lifted on that run and gave the time back. So
quite right.
DJ Phil going up into 4th place at this precise minute. Smithy and Stelsloff currently behind, but I think most of the time here in qualifying you do have those one drivers who can just get the car working straight away. For others, it's all about trying to get the car in the happy zone, and for some it's all about the second or possibly even the 3rd lap, especially with these cooler conditions in the winter. It's all about getting the car in the happy zone. So far the votes are going towards Matt for pole, but it's Emprava who sets the first benchmark here this evening. But what can Dean do as he now enters the stadium?
Yeah, and I don't know how this BMW is suited around here. I've never had an opportunity to drive this one. It's one of the
Lamborghini wide.
Very deep.
Dean's dropped it.
Yeah, Dean's turned it round, and Smokey has to take avoiding action, but he manages to do that. Let's see how Smokey got on, considering he had to take avoiding action. He's on his flying lap at the moment, and the only Merc on the track for Pro-Am this season, isn't it?
He is the only Mercedes driver, but towards the 9
last year.
Towards the 9, and he puts himself third.
Yep.
And Matt in the background does not improve. He stays second. So far, Emprava looking very strong in the Audi. Can he improve on his lap time? I don't think he can. I don't know where Emprava is. He's in the final sector. So what can he do in the Audi? Has he extended the gap? No. So he's a little bit slower this lap, but he's
a lot slower on that one, wasn't he? Second and a half off his delta. He could be just cooling and going again, couldn't he?
He could possibly. As another Lamborghini running wide there. That was Stelsloff taking a little bit wide on turn 1, but It's all about getting the race hooked up. Qualifying is one thing, but it's all about going fastest in the race and being first. And he is currently up. Emprava, where is Matt on track? He's currently exiting the hairpin, I believe. So we'll keep an eye on that. Ugbar as well, still needing to set a respectable lap time here, so it's going to be tense. And I found out a few more things about our Dutch friend Ugbar. He sent me a message earlier on in the week, if I'm able to bring it up, but probably not. That he was actually in a we're talking about his metal or like, yeah, metal background, and he was actually a drummer, as I was correct, a drummer in a metal band. So guy of many talents.
Would that be steel, aluminium, something else?
I'm not quite sure, as Emprava is still currently up on his time. I think I would say more copper or something like that.
Yeah, it was a bit of a dad joke, that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. I was trying.
Yeah,
I was trying to. But Matt exiting the final few corners. Has he improved? That's the question. Currently in the final corner. No, he's gone through turn 1 and he hasn't improved. So Emprava, what can he do? And Ugbar is currently in the pits. He'll have to get out as quickly as he possibly can. But Emprava, a tenth up the whole lap round. Has he managed to hold on? He has, and he does a 38.7. He has set the benchmark. He goes, well, there you go, Matt. No pro laps, but you still have to worry about me this evening. So, can the Latvian take his first pole position of the season?
Well, this is it. Is Matt on a hot one? As you say, Ugbar's still in the pits. Is Ugbar done? Has he had enough? Thinks that's all he needs?
Well, he's got time to come out, but he might be making a few adjustments. He needs to get out in literally a couple of seconds. He's going to be running out of time, but he's still sat there. So hopefully he's not having any internet issues.
It got Welsh. He's moved himself up into 5th place. And Pavla has pitted down, so he's done. Because he's not getting out. Well, he could get out again, but he would be.
He could.
He would have to. He'd have to move it something rotten now, wouldn't he?
Well, he would literally have to exit the pits right now, and I think Ugbar and Emprava are done for the session. So it's all down to the Akora and Mata Himovic. Can he take pole position away from the Latvian? It's Welshman versus Latvian. A Japanese Akora versus German. Versus German Audi. German Audi on home soil, currently looking the stronger bet so far, but Matt towards the line, and he's 2/10 off. He's struggling to find the time.
You get another crack at it. He's came over the line with a minute and a bit to go, so if he's staying on it, he's still got another crack at this one. Dan, we'll see what his split time.
Bryn goes up into 4th place, knocking down Smokey. So Bryn and Matt's done. So can anyone else now ruin it? Bryn, closest to the pack at the minute. He's currently 4th. DJ Phil looks like he's just improved and just passed Smithy. So, and Dean's still yet to set a lap time. Can Smokey find any more time, as he will be the...
He's a couple of tenths down already,
I think he'll be the first person to cross the line. Look how much fuel he's carrying, 47 litres for qualifying. That's you might want to get rid of that fuel next time.
Yeah, is he not going back to his garage after this, or what? It seems to be fueled a lot of fuel. Maybe he likes it. Maybe it makes stability on the car for him. I don't know, because the amount of fuel you carry does affect your car. So
I think Smokey might be able to get one more lap, and he will.
He'll be quick. Yeah, he'll get across the line, I think.
He might find that the more fuel makes the car more stable, as he does improve and goes back to 4th, as he's so close to Ugbar. He could possibly get a 3rd place, but he needs to hook this lap up. This is his last chance. Bryn is the first man to cross the line. Who is just behind him? It is a Lamborghini, and I believe that is Welshie behind him. Yes, it is. Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on these two as they come through the final few corners, the final sector. Can the BMW split the top 3 right now? As Brent exits his final corner and he comes towards the line, what is this going to be?
Does he improve?
No.
No, he does not.
Welshie across the line. He does improve, but not quite close enough. Dean is next to come across the line. His first respectable time. What is it going to be? Puts him 6.
Yeah, that's better.
And then DJ Phil coming through the final corner. What is he able to do? Is he able to improve No, he will stay in 8th place position. The man to keep an eye on now is Smithy in the other Acura. As Mike actually tells me that the Mercedes runs well with full fuel, so that's probably why Smokey's running with it.
Yeah,
as
Mike probably needed to have put some of that full fuel in when he used to run the Mercedes. Mike kept the back end down.
Possibly so.
Hey, Mike.
As M. Prava takes his first pole position of the season, so well done to him, and he gains an extra point for that as well. Matimovic will start alongside him on the front way with Ugbar in 3rd. Smokey will start 4th. 5th will be Bren. 6th will be Dean Wasocki. 7th is Welshie. 8th is DJ Phil. And 9th will go the way of Smithy, and bringing up the rear is Stealth Sloth. So we're about to get underway for the first run of Hockenheim here tonight, Kelly, and 19 laps worth of racing here. Pit window is lap 6. What can these guys do this evening? Who's looking favoured for this win tonight?
I think it's going to be hard to look beyond the top 2, but I'm going to stick with the Dutchman of Ugbar, and I'm going to put my faith with Ugbar and see if he can see what he can do in this. I think Smoky Devil's another one to watch out for as well. What are your thoughts, Dan?
I'm thinking M. Prava looking very good for this one. The car looks quite stable. He seems quite happy, and well, he's only got really one man to focus on. Ukbar, I think, might give a bit of a headache here and there, but he's got to focus on Matt Timovic next to him. And if I was a better man, I'd put all my money on the Latvian and go for M. Prava. But we shall see how we get on. And everyone else, let's get your comments in. As Disco says, well done to M. Prava for his first pole position of the season. How are the softs holding up? Mine seem to be very fine, Disco. I don't know about yours. And Argent says, it's a shame there's no prolapse here. Is there the same reason, all different? They're all different. Ben's got to be up early for work next day, and he can't be on here too late.
Beauty sleep, obviously.
He needs his beauty sleep. Nikki has got the dreaded COVID, and I believe Eleni is actually still at work currently right now. So
yeah, many reasons. Unfortunately, life gets in the way sometimes. And yeah, unfortunately, that's what's happened. So miss all those guys, and we miss you. We miss you. Get well soon. Yeah,
definitely so. As I've noted, me trying to figure out these tables, I'm just going to leave them alone now because people seem to be editing them. So I'll just leave them to the admins do because I can't be bothered.
Only commentator, Dan. Leave it go.
Yeah, as we are thinking up here, Matt switching his lights on straight away. Round 3 of the season. We're here at Hockenheim. The lights are on. The Reds rise. And away we go here, and M. Prava pulls away, but Ugbar looks like he's got a good start in the Ginetta. But Matt looking down the inside of turn 1, but it's going to be M. Prava, but Matt down the inside, and he gets the space. Matt leads in turn 1. Looks like Ugbar's dropped it as well. There's multiple cars everywhere. Dean's been caught out as well, but it is Matimovic who leads into turn 2. Welshie with a good start as well, but M. Prava losing out on the start there. But most of the guys keeping it clean, but Ugbar dropping it right at the beginning of that start.
As we see Bryn going round in the background, it was a cracking good start from Matt. He hooked it up beautifully.
Oh, Bryn's had a spin.
Yeah, I did say he just Bryn in the background, just having a bit of a spin, and Matt hooked it up beautifully and got down the inside. A cracking start from Matt. I'm going to apologise to Ugbar now. Commentator's curse is real, and yeah, he managed to just clip the back end of Matt by the looks of it, or he's somewhere around that area, and just turned it round. But it's a long race, and there's a long way to go.
There is a long way to go. Only lap 1 of 19, and the 2 already pulling away. Smithy with a good start up into 6th place position, but DJ Phil up into 5th. Smokey as well. All those guys being promoted after Dean and Ugbar's little mishaps there, but Bryn's dropped right to the back as well. So those BMW and the Ginetta all struggling right now. Smokey taking an interesting line through into the stadium, and DJ Phil running wide as well. But M. Prava right on the back of Matt Imovic. This is going to be a titanic fight between these two.
Yes, boy. It's going to be a scrap.
Look at how close the Audi gets.
Yeah.
I think
yes,
Matt,
indeed.
He's
He's not going to give this to Matt, is he?
No, Matt was saying to me in the practice sessions that he seems to be struggling in the stadium section, if anything. He seems to be fine on the straights, which was a shock. But it seems to be the stadium section where he's struggling, as M. Prava gets a great run through turn 1. Will he look to the inside of turn 2? He's having a sniff, and he looks like he's going for it. Down the inside. Oh, they rub ever so slightly, but M. Prava gets through as Stealth Sloth is in the pits, but they're still side by side. Great racing.
Absolutely, Empava's got the inside line and can't quite pull away from that lawnmower powered Akora there, could he? Matt comes across. That's a little bit rude.
that was a little bit cheeky.
That was a little bit on the rude side. Yeah.
Oh, as Empava just gives him a little tap as they go through there, and then Matt flashing the lights. I'm not sure why, because he did get a little bit close, kind of cut up his line a little bit, so Empava had to kind of change his line a little bit. But Matt is really defending this hard. He knows this is a good opportunity to score points, and he does not want to be losing any to Empava.
Yes, indeed. As we have a quick jump over to the other battle that's on track at the moment, Dean Wasoki hunting down DJ Phil at the moment, and Smithy in close company as well. But Empava runs wide. That was where I said that as you come into the stadium, that's tricky little corner there. Empava, I hope he hasn't got damage.
I don't think he has. I think he's just probably a little bit frustrated that he's just probably just trying to get his head together. I think right now, if I was in his position, I would just follow Matt for a minute, get into a rhythm and a groove, possibly try and jump him in the pits. But another man who's just sticking to the back of these guys, at least he's keep fighting. Welshie's going to catch on to the back of him as well in that Lamborghini, as DJ Phil was right onto the back of Smithy as well. So there's fights going on up and down, and Ugbar is still trying to recover. Stealth Sloth did pit on lap 1, so he will have to pit again unless he has significant damage, so he will need to submit that. But DJ Phil right on the back of the Akora of Smithy, and he goes down the inside.
Yep.
But he's a little bit wiggly there.
Yeah, that was a little bit too much inside there. I think he compromised his line. It's all well and good going down the inside, but then as Ugbar in the background drops it. I'm going to apologise to him again. Sorry,
Matt. You have cursed him here this evening, Kelly, as Dean has now passed DJ Phil and is now looking to make a move on Smithy. He looks to the inside. Has he got it stopped though? And he's
not going to stop that.
He's lost it completely there and has lost out to DJ Phil once again. So he's missed the braking zone there, and Smithy will hang on. The gap to the leaders at the minute is still 8/10, so they're still quite close to one another. So Empava just waiting for his chance to attack, as Smokey also now catching on to the back of Welshie. So it seems to be a 2x2 kind of situation here.
Yep, Smithy was the net winner out of all that. Both DJ Phil and Dean outbreak themselves a little bit. Dean passed the apex by a country mile. Smokey just held on to that. It's really tough there, Dan. You know what I mean, don't you? When you get up on that, if you get a wheel on that gravel, it's so hard to...
Well, let's go back to the leaders, because Empava's brought it back down to 4/10 once again. And like I said, these curves are lethal, and it's just making sure he doesn't get caught out as he does a 39.6. He's flying right now. Welshie's made a mistake.
Dan. Yeah, sorry, Dan. Smokey just put one over on Welshie as we go back to the leaders, because this is the scrap that's happening right now. This is hotted up again, mate.
Yeah, Welshie also very close to the back of Smokey. It looked like he was having an opportunity into turn 2, but Empava looking to try and get the slipstream off the back of that Akora, and if he does so, he should be able to have a good chance into the hairpin, but he just doesn't seem to have the straight line speed. The Akora seems to be able to out-drag the Audi. Oh, as he missed his braking, and he just taps Matt around.
Did he tap Matt round there?
I think he did, so he might have to give that position back to Matt, and Matt flashing his lights right now. Matt's back flashing. Yeah, Empava lifts. I think he's lifting. I think he's letting him go. He has.
He has let him go, and a lot of letting him go, to be honest.
He
probably could have done that a little bit smoother, to be fair. But does the right thing, gives the place back. So hopefully no harm done. As soon as he was coming down that straight down, I thought he's not going to slow that down from there.
No, but he has. He probably learned from that now that there's probably best to just judge his braking a little bit better than that. But other than that, he has found an opportunity where he could possibly attack Matt. But Matt obviously knowing that it is difficult in this situation. As Peaceful Stepdad in the comments saying good evening everyone, and good luck to everyone as well. Hello, with a thumbs up.
Yep, hello to everyone in the comments this evening. Still not much on my talking point. Classic Hockenheim or modern Hockenheim? Which one's the better track? As we go round 3 of these two, and hopefully this time there won't be any
track limits there. He might have to lift a little bit. He's just gone a little bit wide, and I think he probably has. Yeah, that's the problem. Is that curb is lethal. Even though you go across the curb, it could actually make the situation worse. But Emperava with a good exit out of turn 2 through turn 3. He's in the slipstream once again of Matt, and he has to be a little bit more cautious of the braking zone, as I believe Dean is also right on the back of Smithy. They're fighting for 5th and 6th. They're separated by a 10th, as Emperava is unable to pass in the hairpin, but Dean has dropped down once again.
Not close enough.
Smithy and DJ Phil currently separated by a 10th right now. They're fighting it out, as DJ Phil's right onto the back of Smithy as they come to the hairpin. Dean was in this fight, but he looks like he's made a mistake as DJ Phil gets right onto the back.
So yeah, still the midfield having quite a good scrap this evening. Plenty going on in the midfield. Smokey now has pulled away from Welshie, so he's in a solid 3rd position and not a million miles off these guys, is he?
I thought Emperava was looking on the inside of the hairpin then. Monkey Boy in the comments saying evening all on the classic circuit for me. So one person for the classic way round, and Emperava really starting to get frustrated on the back of Mata Himovic right now, but he's trying everything he possibly can. Smokey obviously not quite with these guys, but they were slower that last lap as they were dicing. As they come across line, they're back to the 40s once again. These two are on their own and in their own league right now.
Where would you have a go on this track, Dan? Into this one or into that hairpin? Would you be
the hairpin?
If this was your view, what would you be looking at? Hairpin?
The hairpin. I'd be making sure I get a good run through turn 2, through turn 3. Not the best to run here from Emperava, but you'll want to get the slipstream off of Matt. Try and outsmart him if you possibly can, but it is the hairpin. That's your best bet. Possibly turn 2 as well is another good opportunity to overtake, but it's all about nailing that first corner, as there's still fights going on up and down the grid. DJ Phil was up into 4th place. What's happened there?
Yes.
Too busy watching this fight, and we've lost out to DJ Phil passing Welshie.
Yeah, Welshie, having a little bit of a shocker in the middle part of this race. DJ Phil up into 4th place, and he can get about hunting Smokey down now as we go back on with the leaders, because this is still hot enough. Nobody's pitted yet, Dan, apart from Stealth, who we think may have had damage.
He may have had damage, but the pit window does open on this lap. Lap 6, the pit window is now open. The Pro-Am boys do not have a window to fit in, so they can go to the end if they want, but they will have to pit on lap 18. And they don't have to do any changes. They don't have to do anything. They just literally have to make a mandatory pit stop, and the pit window is open. When do these guys come in? And I think between these two right now, neither one will want to come in first.
Well, I suppose it depends if you're going to line up the glitch or not, and how, if that's part of your strategy on how you do things. So in the background, I think Welshie has caught up, reasonably well, was caught up to Phil. So there's a bit of a scrap still going on with these two. So we'll see how that one progresses as we get further on through the race. But Welshie looking racy now.
Disco in the comments saying that Honda has got a long night ahead, keeping that Audi behind him, and I reckon so. Race 2, these two want to try and escape damage as they possibly can, because these two seem to be on the pace. No one matching these two right now. 39 between these. Emperava and Matt Imovic fighting it out. Matt with already a win this season. Can Emperava get his first win this season? He's very late on the brakes. Ukbar, first man to pit. On
so
lap
frustrating
6.
in that hairpin, isn't it? It's you want to brake later, but you'll just go deep. And it's that balance when trying to brake as late as you can when it's kind of offered all up on a plate for you. But tough one, really tough corner to get right and to overtake.
Welshie has actually passed DJ Phil for 4th place now, as we've missed that one, and probably in turn 2. Looks like turn 2, they've been ahead for a while, but still this fight as Emperava looks down the insides. Oh, and he catches the back of Matt, and he spins round, and Matt carries on, and I don't think Emperava will be too happy about that. A little bit moving under braking, I think, there from Matt, possibly.
Might be one for the stewards to have a look at. The stewards will look at these things.
Emperava he's burnt the rear tyres up. I'd get in the pits,
ready.
which he is doing so. So yes. Emperava pits on a lap 7 here at Hockenheim for the first race of the season, and Now we're starting to see Emprava just struggle a little bit under the pressure. He knows he has a good opportunity of scoring points, and obviously tonight as well, there's 2 drivers on double points, and with no prolaps as well, those 2 drivers could be in for a good solid amount of points.
Has Emprava just thrown this race away, Dan?
I don't think so. He seems to have the outright pace over Matt as Dean goes down the inside of Smithy. Has a terrible X out the final corner though, and Smithy's going to stick with him. So I'm trying to find a pen while Kelly's talking right now, because Emprava has now come out the pits and he's just behind this battle.
Yeah, that's not really where he wants to be. These two are fighting for position, but hey, we haven't got no pit crew to tell us where the best gaps are. You just have to kind of guess. As Dean gets all out of shape, Smithy has a look at him. Emplava's right in there as well, and they are racing for position, although Emprava has done his pit stop, so he is really net second, but he's got to clear these guys. They don't have to get out of the way, and in fact it's position, so they don't have to get out of the way at all. So down the inside, is it going to be, he's going to outbrake himself? No, he makes it stick. Smithy gives him plenty of room, doesn't fight him too hard. This is not Smithy's battle tonight. His battle is with the white BMW in front of that, so Smithy doing the right thing, staying out of the way. Did you find a pen, Dan?
I have found a pen. I am noting down when they pit. So I'm trying to. I haven't got the Toy Story notebook that Matt has. So sadly, I've got the Game of Thrones notebook. But
equally as sad.
Yeah, equally as sad. I don't even watch Game of Thrones. So as Emprava gets down the inside of Dean, gives him a little rub. Oh,
yeah,
but he needed
a little bit slow in that corner. Looked like Dean went a little bit wide, and as Dean goes round again, what a shame. He's lost it just there in the stadium. So still out in front, Matt choosing to go longer. Probably choosing to get his head down and get on with it, as Emplava's just been really just fighting through the traffic for a lap or so, hasn't he, Dan? He hasn't been an ideal outlap for him. This is letting Matt extend his legs a little bit. As Dean comes into the pit, it's the next man to pit. Reasonably straightforward pit lane, this one, Dan, isn't it?
Not really. Apparently, according to practice, I haven't tested it, but apparently the pit stop comes really quickly.
It
so you
comes
got
up
to
quick.
Yeah, so you have to make sure you get it stopped.
Yeah. It comes up quick, but I think it's a reasonably easy in and reasonably easy out, you know. So as you can see, Dean and Daft Punk doing their bit again this week on the pit crew, the most useless pit crews in the world. Get Dean out and underway in that rather pretty white BMW. I like it in white. BMs look alright in white, don't they?
Disco in the comments saying I love that even my subtitles stump Dan sometimes. I'm not quite what you mean by that. I guess you have subtitles coming up as I'm chatting, but Matt is in the pits right now, and this is going to be interesting where he feeds out compared to Emprava, and did Matt get damage from the contact that they had? But Smoky Devil now leads this race.
Yes, he does. He leads this race at the moment, but of course he's yet to pit. We see Matt in the pit. Is it going to be a quick one? Go on. Anytime now. This is what I mean, isn't it? Look, it's so long.
Where is Emprava on track? This is the thing we need to worry about. Emprava's coming for the final few corners. This is going to be tight. This is going to be very tight. Matt Welshie's in the pit as well. So Welshie's in, Matt's been in, Dean's been in. Where is Emprava? He's coming up to turn 1, and he's behind the McLaren of DJ Phil. DJ Phil comes out. So Matt stays in front for now.
Stays net first place. Smokey hasn't pitted, so at the moment it's still Matt. So Emplava with a bit of work to do now if he wants to win this race. He's got 9 laps to chase Matt down and pass him. And as a very famous commentator used to say, catching is one thing, passing is something else.
Yeah, definitely so, as DJ Phil now ahead of Emprava, and he will now have to try and clear him as quickly as he possibly can, as DJ Phil very late on the brakes there, and he's carrying 106 litres worth of fuel.
Wow, I didn't even realise you could get that much fuel in it. He must have a couple of jerry cans in the back seat as well then to have that much fuel on.
Bryn comes into the pits with Ukbar. Ukbar's in the pits again. with Stealth Sloth as well. So what's happened to those two? Possibly a tangle between them, or Stealth Sloth is now completing his pit window. Oh, as he hits the pit wall.
That?
He's hit the pit wall, so that's not good. Yeah, he's hit the pit wall.
Made a mess of that.
But Emperava trying his best to clear the McLaren of DJ Phil. DJ Phil late on the brakes. Emperava going right round the outside, and he can't do so. So DJ Phil really holding up Emperava right now. When does DJ Phil pit? That's the question. Matt at the minute has been given a race lead thanks to DJ Phil. So Matt just hanging in there. Smokey still yet to pit though. We're still waiting on Smokey, DJ Phil, Smithy, and that's the only ones we are waiting for at this stage right now. But Emperava must be getting frustrated behind that McLaren. He can possibly see a win.
DJ Phil. He needs to get past him as quick as he can. He goes down the inside. Phil comes across very slightly, but then gives him room. Phil again. He does. He does turn in a little bit on Emperava, but Emperava needs to keep it cool. And he gets so close to the McLaren. He does. He does indeed. And got to make this stick this time. And
Smithy in the pits.
Got it done in the end, but made hard work of it, that's for certain, sure. And now he can set about getting after Matt. Did he take that inside line to just stay out of Phil's way, just in case he was late on the brakes? Do you think, Dan? I think I would, might have been my ploy to do that.
Possibly so, but we just now wait on Smokey Devil and DJ Phil to appear, as Emperava has now finally cleared DJ Phil, but he's got a lot of work to do now. He's currently 6 seconds behind Matahimovic. He's got to catch him pretty much like 7/10 lap to really fight him towards the end. A second lap would be ideal for an Emperava, and he possibly has the pace, but he's got to produce it now, while Smokey is still pumping in some decent lap times on his own.
Yes, indeed. Smokey choosing to go out, stay out for the longest stint. He can stay out all the way up to lap 18 if he wants to. Doesn't work like Pro. They can once the pit window is the pit lane is open on lap 6. They can go from any time from that till the penultimate lap. Obviously, can't. That's
DJ Phil pits.
DJ Phil in the pits. So we'll see where he ends up after that. Welshie is. Halfway through the stadium, or just coming into the stadium, halfway around the stadium. So we'll see what kind of pit stop DJ Phil has. And he's just come into his pit box there. So pit crew are done. Doesn't mean they'll release. The flag will come up and he's away. Where's Welshie? Welshie's going to clear him reasonably easy, isn't he?
Yeah, he should do as well. She goes through turn 1 now, and DJ Phil's on the power, but Welshie runs wide, and Welshie now up into 4th place right now as DJ Phil exits the pits, and he splits the Lamborghinis, even though Stealth Sloth currently is a lap down. And Stealth Sloth misses his brakes there, and he makes contact with DJ Phil. But luckily,
gives him a bit of a nudge.
Yeah, it gives him a little bit of a nudge, but DJ Phil losing a little bit of time there to Welshie, as Smokey still struggling on lap times at the minute. He is losing time to Matahimovic and Emperava right now. So can Emperava catch the back of Matt? And how far can Smokey go? How far can he extend this stint?
Smokey wants to be having a one of those classic glitches, doesn't he, in the pit lane? He wants to be lining one of those up because he's going to need a quick stop to make anything out of this. I don't know what the losses are. I haven't timed them here at Hockenheim. But
Smithy. That's Smithy in the rear wing. I don't know what's happened there. He's lost the rear wing. Who's around him, unless he's hit the wall or someone's hit him.
Bryn was quite a way back.
Bryn was actually behind. Bryn was behind Smokey, so
yeah, he was. Yeah.
I'm not sure what's happened to him there, but he's got no rear wing. So Smokey coming up to the hairpin, and he's losing time over Matt and Emperava, who are lapping similar pace to one another. So
yeah,
it's Matt's to lose at this precise minute.
I would say you're right, Dan. Yes, absolutely. Has he got Smokey covered off? Possibly, yes. Unless Smokey has a red hot pit stop.
I genuinely don't think that Smokey's got it in him. Probably a 30-second pit stop. He's going to lose out to Matt and Emperava. He'll stay ahead of Welshie, but a solid third. No, he does. Well, that's the question. Does he or doesn't he? He's got a solid 3rd place at this precise minute. He's just got to hope that something happens to Matt and Emperava right now.
Yeah, maybe that's his strategy. You know, if you're out front and you're out of trouble, then you know it's his to call when he comes in, and not this time round. So Smokey goes through for another lap as he comes up to start lap 14. Matt's halfway around the complex. Just there.
Oh, he has a wiggle.
That was a bit. Yeah,
He had a wiggle there. Is he
Yeah,
struggling
did he
with tyres now?
Maybe his tyres are going away, or maybe it was just a bit of a wiggle. They happen, don't they?
Possibly so. Either way, he's lost quite a bit of time to Emprava at this stage. So Emprava bringing that gap down. Matt does a 41.3. He was actually just slightly quicker than Smokey, as Emprava does a 40.3, and Smithy's back in the pits with his obviously repair with his rear wing. But the Audi looking fast right now. Can he catch Matt towards the end? He has 5 laps to do so. It's going to be tight towards the end. And what can Smokey do if they keep making mistakes? Well, she's still in that 4th place position as well.
Yeah, Matt, although in the 41.3 on the last lap, I mean, that still matches Smokey for that lap. So, you know, nothing gained, nothing lost there. So 18 seconds is the gap. I don't think it's enough, as said, unless, you know, there is a lightning pit stop. But I don't know what the losses are just in and out, if you know what I mean, let alone with a fast pit stop or a slow one. So, yeah, I think Smokey's gonna need Matt to mess it up, I think.
As
you know, to win this one, I think.
I think Smithy says he on pad. So I'm not sure who he's trying to reference there, but either he's on the pad or Phil's on the pad or
we
whoever's on the pad.
Relevance is right at that at the moment. A little bit more information, Smithy, would be nice. I know you're trying to drive a car, but you know.
So Smokey across the line, 41.2. What does Matt do? He's still in the stadium section right now. Not really many fights going on at the minute, as the pack is quite spread out. We're kind of keeping an eye on this fight right now between Smokey, Matt, and Emprava, as Emprava bring the gap down even more. Matt does a 40.5. What does Emprava do on this lap? A 40.0, half a second faster than Matt. He's bringing that gap down very, very slowly.
Yeah.
But will it be enough?
He had a second last lap, half a second this lap. It's not enough though, is it? He needs to make back, what, 4 seconds, 3.5 seconds, something like that.
Well, he's about 4 seconds off the back of Matt, so he needs to be chopping away a second a lap, and he should be able to catch him. But at this rate, Matt may have him covered. Yeah,
it's just not gonna. It's not happening quick enough, is it?
Yeah. The Audi seems to be struggling in the straights. I think the Audi seems to struggle in the straights. It seems very quick in the stadium section, and especially in sector 1 as well. But in this sector 2, I think Matt just has a little bit more than Emprava right now, as Matt goes into the stadium, or towards the stadium section, and Smokey still leading this race and still yet to pit. He has only a couple more laps. He has to pit on lap 18, as the game will force him to do so. But he's just going as long as he possibly can, hoping for something to happen. As I thought he was coming in then, but he's not. He's staying out for a little bit longer.
Yes, he does. As Smokey comes round to start lap 16, what does he do there? Does a 40.6. So
that's his personal best.
Yeah, it is personal best. Matching Matt's pace. But again, I think it's futile. I don't think he's got enough in hand to make it happen. But as we said, he could be sitting there waiting for Matt to make a mistake. So Matt comes across the line.
This is the interesting thing now. Matt comes across like 40.6. I don't think Emprava's had a better lap this lap. I think it's a little bit slower.
Half a second slower.
He's still half a second faster than Matt. So the thing is, though, Matt is now coming up to traffic of Ukbar and Bryn, I believe. So they're having a fight. Ukbar and Bryn are currently separated by a second. Bryn's dropped it!
They were having a fight right until we switched over to them, and Bryn just lost it with Ukbar behind him. So, yeah, that was the end of that fight, really. We were looking forward to a bit of a scrap there, but guess not.
Sadly not. But guys, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hit the bell to be notified for when we are live. Smithy trying to get out the way of Smokey Devil there. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night as Matt Timovic and hopefully Nikki, who's trying to recover from COVID, will be in your commentary box for the Pro Series, can I hang on to my championship lead, or will the BMWs catch me? Hockenheim is an interesting circuit. Can Kelly actually get a win before Lando? I very much doubt it at this stage.
Right at this stage, Dan, I'll be happy not to be last. Tomorrow night will be a bonus for me.
Smokey's in.
Smokey goes into the pits. So
he's dropped it in.
No.
All that hard work, of pumping in decent lap times. He's gone and dropped it on entry. I think he should be okay.
Yeah, at the end of the day, he was in a solid third place, and I think he will be. There's a huge gap back from Emplava to Welshie, so he should have a huge window to get back into third place. And it was probably a step too far to think that he was going to get to the top two to give them any kind of challenge. So,
well, he was possibly he was just hoping for a bit of mistake from Matt and Emplava so he could get back in this fight. Matt still just staying a little bit faster than Emplava. 2/10 that time Emplava took it out of him, but it's not enough. 3 seconds is the gap between them, and he's not doing enough right now. He's currently second, and Matt's trying to hunt him down as quickly as he can.
Yeah, Smokey comes back out in a solid third place, and he's really going to be. He's got a long way back to Welshie, so that's pretty much job done, being that he doesn't bump into Bryn on the way through. So yeah, job done for Welshie as far as putting it on the podium. But we go back to the fight, and Emplava's lost some time to Matt now, has he? If the gap's opened back up to 4 seconds, it was 3 something.
I think it's just swapping and changes. They get to braking zones. Matt gets to the braking zone. Emplava's flat out through that section, and then Matt's back on the power. Emplava then goes back slowing down. So it's kind of ebbing and flowing between them.
Ebbing and flowing. Good use of the words ebbing and flowing.
And Emplava's dropped it though. 8 seconds. He's lost 9 seconds. He's dropped back. He's had a spin. So that's definitely the challenge for the win gone. So he'll probably want to look to a race 1. But look in the background. Smokey is not too far behind. He's only 4.5 seconds. 4 seconds behind. So if he makes another mistake, Smokey could take second place.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, I mean, if I was Emplava, I'd be just coasting this one home now. He's given it a valiant effort, and hey, race 2 to come. It'd be interesting to see these guys come from the back, won't it?
Anything can still happen. Matt can get caught up in any instance that's going on in front of him. But your current stage of this race, towards the end of the race 1, Matt leads the way with Emplava in second. Third is Smokey Devil. In 4th place at this precise moment is Welshie, with DJ Phil not too far behind him. A solid drive from DJ Phil in 5th place, with Dean recovering his way back up into 6th, and Ugbar also recovering to a 7th place. Bryn, not the run he probably would have wanted in 8th place, with Stealth Sloth in 9th, and Smithy not been around for him. He's just been caught up in all sorts of incidences. But Nakora leads the way of Matahimovic as we come towards the end of this race, and kind of a weird race this one has been, Kelly. Not quite as eventful as we thought. We had a little bit of fighting between Matt and Emplava, but other than that, it's not really been the race we probably would have expected. Yeah, it was a bit of a 2-horse race, really, wasn't it? You know, these 2 top guys going at it. Smokey kind of in the mix, but not quite enough. I was hoping some of the other guys would take the opportunity. You know, it's a bit dare I say, Max versus Lewis, and then everybody else, isn't it? You know, Smokey being the best of the rest tonight, and yeah, then really from Smokey is such a gap back to Welshie, some nearly 30 seconds or just over 30 seconds back to Welshie. So quite a field spread this evening, and maybe lap 2 will race 2 will conjure up something interesting. For sure, as Matt just flirts with the outside curb there, and I think he's just done a 40.0. He's flying at the minute. He's up the pace that he probably wants to be right now, but obviously due to the fact that we have 10 drivers here this evening, the top 5 will not be able to qualify, so that will be Matahimovic, Emplava, Smokey Devil, Welshie and DJ Phil. Your top 5 will not be able to qualify for a race 2, so Dean, Ugbar, Bryn, Stelsoff and Smithy will be able to do so as well. But guys, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Make sure you hit the bell to be notified. Tune in tomorrow night as the pros will hit the circuit as well. What what weather has predicted for them. Also, make sure you tune in on Sunday night, as I'll be back in the commentary box once again to do Imola round 3 of the F1 season. Can Matt carry on his winning streak, or will someone finally take the challenge to him? And also have a check at the 6 hour of Silverstone that happened last Saturday. A brilliant stream that was, as we come to the end of race 1, Kelly, and it's been Matt's way so far.
It certainly has, hasn't it? Matt's had the measure of this race. Emplava's given him a run for his money, and it'll be game on for race 2. But it's been Matt's race pretty much since turn 1, really. He put that move on, and it's been pretty much his race ever since. Flash the lights as he comes over the line towards his pit wall to acknowledge his team for such a great effort. And I got to say, good battle between these two, and a stellar drive from Emplava again. And he's turning into quite the little racer, this guy, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely so. Good points for him there. So Matt Hermovic wins here for the first race of Hockenheim, round 5 of the season. Smoky Devil is going to come home for 3rd place. A good, solid points for him this evening. He will get onto the podium. Emplava takes his 2nd place as well. So good stuff for him as well. Welshie, good points for him for the Lamborghini, coming home in 4th place. He did a lot of driving in that LMP2 on Saturday night, and he done a fantastic job of keeping it going. So brilliant stuff from him, and I think he really thoroughly enjoyed that LMP2 car. But he's coming back home in the Lamborghini to take a solid 4th place position, as a few of the guys are still currently going around on track. But yeah, good points to hear for Welshie as he comes across the line.
Absolutely, that must feel incredibly slow after those LMP2. That LMP2s are a quick car. I do like driving them.
A shout out to this man, DJ Phil. A great race for him. He will come home in that 5th place position. Solid points for him. Great stuff for him. As Stealth Sloth in the background will come home in 9th place position, as Dean Wasocki coming through the stadium section. Probably not the race that Dean would have wanted, but he will be able to qualify for the next race, as well as Dean comes towards the final corner now. He will take 6th place, and he will be able to qualify for a race 2. There's a couple guys in the comments. Mummy D saying well done son, good drive. As Disco also in the comments saying super guys, well done Matt, Emplava and Smokey. And that, guys, is your race 1, round 5 of the season of the Pro-Am Championship, and it goes the way of Matt Hermovic, who takes the first win here tonight. Emplava in 2nd place, with Smoky Devil in that 3rd place. Welshie would take 4th, 5th of DJ Phil, 6th of Dean Masaki, 7th is Ukbar, 8th is Bryn, 9th is Stealth Sloth, and Smithy in 10th place. Fastest lap goes the way of Emplava, so he will get 100ths. So he will gain that extra championship point as well. So guys, make sure you tune in a moment's time. Grab a coffee, grab a drink, have a toilet break. We'll be back very soon. We will have an interview with the top 3, and we will be back on track here at Hockenheim for the 6th round of the season. So make sure you don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back. Okay. Yep, I need a wee as well. Evening, guys. Well done.
Alright.
Well done, Smokey. Just a bit unlucky towards the end there, a little spin.
Oh, I know. Fucked it up coming out of the pits.
You were kind of in a solid third place there, weren't you?
Been pushing alright. I just take third.
Yeah. Well done, mate. Well done, Emplava. Good stuff.
And mate, that was great battle, mate. Apologies. I thought I gave you enough room. I hope I did. I didn't mean to tap you around, but...
It's alright. Still second place. Highest result.
You're quick, mate. You've got some pace in that out there.
Yeah, did some setup searches on the internet. So.
I need the loo. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries.
Well done, guys.
Cheers,
Matt, did I tap you on the hairpin one?
Yeah, well, yeah, I felt a tap, but I know the game in the past has been a bit dodgy where it's... Yeah, but
on my screen I didn't really touch you. So.
Right, no, I had a tap because I felt a shunt like sort of let out on the rear, and that's what sent the rear just round. But no, no one done.
Oh, good
Did
scrap.
Did you spin at the end?
Yeah, I spun one.
Yeah. Yeah, because I saw the gap was coming down from 3 seconds and then it went up to like 11.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, he had a moment. Cheers, Kelly.
It's okay. Yeah, it was a good race between you two. It was we're lucky you two had a good race because the rest of the race was kind of dull. Other than that,
Matt.
Yes, mate.
That spreadsheet, was I on the right
Yes,
one
mate.
or what?
No, if you're on the one that me and you were on, yes, ignore Kieran Argent.
Because I was going to say, you two were confusing the hell out of me.
normally do.
No, so ignore Argent. He set one up, but he's changed bits, and I don't get him, and he's not explained him. He's got rid of the qualifying stats, and it's like, right, so what we'll do, Kieran, is me and Dan will keep using this, and you can, we'll fill yours in at a later date.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, do you know if people don't... I noticed you put 0 on Laney, Ben Parky and Nicky. Don't put 0, just leave it blank.
Right, because I thought it had to register.
No, so it will just leave... Blank will just be 0. If you put 0, it's because they've retired from the race but started.
So race results is what I need to add them in, yes? So...
Where?
You've already, someone's
results.
already done
So
it. Someone's already done it.
I filled it out.
Right,
But,
okay.
yeah, the Nicky
You can do
Laney,
it.
those who's not here, those who don't turn up, you just leave blank and it registers as 0 points. I've also set your tables already to read out at the beginning of the next round as well.
What is the distance in percentage as
None.
well?
We agreed now that if you retire, no points.
No. You weren't listening. What is percentage of the distance of the race for the pit window? Because I'm sat there and no one's giving
Normally
me nothing.
25%.
I did 25%, and apparently 6 laps was... That's not 25%, so whatever.
Well, it would be a decimal point in it, so you'd have to round up. So it's an odd,
It's
an
still-
odd number.
Yeah, but it's still... That would not be 6 laps. That would be...
It'd be 4 points
4.
something or other, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well then, Kieran. Well then,
Kieran's an
I
idiot.
don't know.
Idiot.
Kieran said he got it from season 3. So the only thing I can think of is I've cocked the maths up season 3 or
Right,
or
is
whatever,
everybody
but yeah.
in?
Did he check it was a longer race on season 3?
Well,
or
I don't know. I checked on season 3 that it were 19 laps.
Just-
12 drivers minus use 2, so I think so. Is Smokey in the chat? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, well done,
just
mate.
go with it. innit?
You guys got your mic settings all correct?
Yeah. I'm streaming, so I should hope I have.
Okay, sweet. Right, let's go again.
By the way, did you see the Pikachu pop up on the stream?
Yep.
So N followed me on Twitch, and it brought up my little logo. So Pikachu started running across the screen saying N Plover has followed you.
Nice. Well, you two are having a solid double points round, aren't you?
Is N on double points?
Yes.
He is.
Yep. Aha.
And he's taking your fastest lap and pole position away from you.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, by a couple of hundredths on the pole. The fastest lap was good.
Yeah.
Close.
I think Prava's also taken lap record for the race.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I need to update these lap records from last season. I need to get some of the back end of last season's into update.
I'm assuming we're going live as soon as...
as soon as the screen goes into the garage, we're live.
Okay. Okay, doc. Dad, I'll start with the tables and then we'll do the interviews, alright?
Uh-huh.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Simplay Motorsport. Race 1 is out of the way here at Hockerpound. Ryan Falb is done, and we got the top 3 in the commentary box with us at this precise minute. But remember, it was top 5 who can't qualify, so Matt, Prava, Smokey, DJ Phil, and Welshie all can't qualify, but everyone else can. Current tables look like this. Matovic still leads the way with 95 points. With his double points here this evening, has extended the gap, but he's also got Prava just behind him now on 72 points, who's also taken double points here this evening. So those two are your double points runners this evening. Ben Parkey in third, with Smithy still hanging in there in that 4th place position, with Smoky Devil in 5th place and Laney in 6th. 7th place goes the way of Ugbar, and 8th is Welshie currently. 9th is Dean Wasoki. 10th is Nikki. 11th is Bryn. 12th place goes to Selslav. 13th with DJ Phil. 14th that Bozzy Boy. 15th is Chocolate Man as well. And that is your current tables at the minute. With your team's titles at the minute, Sweet and Sour Motorsport leads the way with 141 points, ahead of Audi Sport now of Prava with 72 points, and Team Prolapse still in third with 62 points. MC Motorsport in 4th with 53. Not Fast, Just Furious in 5th place with 51. Rainbow Prolapse in 6th with 46 points. Smoky Racing 7th place with 39. Metal M Racing currently just bringing up behind them with 35 points, and Powerline Racing with 16 points. And we got the top 3 in the commentary box with us. And first things first, let's start with Smoky Devil. And not bad, mate. A podium for the first podium of the season, I believe, for you, and a bit of a quiet race for you this evening, wasn't it?
Aye, it was a bit of a quiet one. I was going to try and catch the front, but then I seen the gap to everybody behind the wrench. I'll just sit, let them make mistakes up front and see what happens.
Yeah, you were going. Was your plan always to go long, or was it when you saw what the position you were in? Did you think that if you went long, then maybe the other guys would make a bit of a mistake, or was that always your plan to go long?
No, the plan was to stop around about lap 9, 10. Do you know what I mean? Let the tyres cool down a bit and start again. But I just seen it was just a clear track. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, I'll just keep going as long as I can.
Yeah.
Started catching. As soon as I seen people started spinning in front of me, I was like, nah, I'll get in the pits and out the road.
Yeah, it made sense for sure.
A lot of people this season, Smokey, seem to be struggling with the Mercedes, especially some of the pro guys. Are you finding it a little bit more difficult in these cooler conditions this season?
As at the start, at the start of the race, it's hard. But once you get the heat into the tyres, really, that's what it is, getting the heat in. Once you get to halfway distance, the grip seems to come to you.
Yeah.
Before that, it's like driving in ice sometimes.
Yeah, you look like you're going to be starting 7th for this race, and race 2, reverse grid. What are you expecting from this one, mate? And what's your plan?
Maybe the same. I'm just going to sit back, wait to see what happens in front of me, and hopefully get through it all without any damage.
Well, congratulations on the P3, and nice to speak to you once again, and good luck for a race 2.
Alright, cheers.
Well done.
And we now move on to the second place man, one of the 2 drivers here this evening taking their double points. He messaged me earlier on, he was a little bit unsure at first, but the Latvian of Prava with his first pole position and his first fastest lap of the season. Congratulations, mates, on second. Just kind of slipped away from you. Matt just had a little bit more over you, didn't he?
Yeah, you know, driving around behind him for a few laps, I got tired of the rear of that Acura, and I decided I have to go for a move. But it ended quite badly for me.
Yeah, it was a good scrap between you and Matt, and you had that little incident that spun you round in the end there, and then you went a couple of corners and then spun again. Was that were you just frustrated trying to get back on it, and the tyres weren't quite where you wanted them to be? Is that what happened?
Yeah, I think tires were just too hot, and I pressed the gas too far, so...
yeah, indeed. We're hoping for some more of that in the next race. But it was great racing to watch this evening, yeah, it was quite the fight with Matt. So we're looking forward to some more of that.
Yeah, I hope I can do the same. Maybe this time in front.
Yeah, but be good to see.
We've obviously taken double points here this evening in Plava. Does it give that a little bit more pressure going into the race 1 and especially into race 2 as well? Do you feel more pressure when you're knowing that you could be scoring big points this evening?
Now I don't feel that pressure, but in the first race I was quite stressed, so to not crash and get some good points. So yeah,
you don't sound like a guy. You don't sound like a guy who has a lot of pressure. You sound really kind of laid back. So yeah, that sounds like the way you are.
Yeah, now I'm calm and
Excellent.
waiting for the second race.
So you're going to be starting P8, mate, for race 2. What can you do from there? And what's the plan? What's the plan going ahead?
I mean, I can win, but everything can happen. So let's drive and see.
Well, good luck in the next race for you, and congratulations on P2 as well.
Thanks.
And we come back to, again, the Acura winning another race in the hands of Matahimovic, also on double points this evening. And I was winding him up just before we came on live about running a double points. Well, there you go, Matt. You got the first race out the way.
Yeah.
How does it feel taking the race win?
Oh, mate, that was mega. And, you know, I said last week after race 2 about learning how to race against people like Ben Parkey. I've not actually gone wheel to wheel with Ben Plava yet. And... not a lie, you know, a few British touring car tricks came out the closet there on the apex of the corners, I must admit. But yeah, Plato manoeuvres. But you know, all's fair in love and war. And hey, look, he phenomenal driver. He's getting better every week. And yeah, no, what a battle.
Yes, indeed, Matt. That was quite a chop just before the hairpin, and you come across reasonably, how can I say, reasonably aggressively, and yeah, a couple of Plato-esque moves. But hey, well, you know me, all fair in love and war as far as I'm concerned.
You say that. There's this geezer called Max Verstappen that gets away with things like that. So I thought, well,
I don't think he gets away with anything, but that's another story, and that could run and run and run. But yes, so are you saying you're comparing yourself to young Max?
No.
No, I didn't think you were.
No,
okay.
because M-Plava stayed within track limits every time we were side by side. M-Plava didn't end up on the roof of my car, and M-Plava didn't brake check me. So, and I didn't brake check M-Plava. Sorry. So I'm not referring to Max Verstappen and that I'm like him in any way, shape, or form. But like you say, that's a debate for another day. It was a cracking drive, and yeah, it was fantastic. I think with me being a touring car fan, obviously M-Plava being from Latvia, maybe not know what the British touring cars is. I think that's gone to my advantage in race 1. I definitely think that's gone to my advantage race 1. I think just them little tricks that we've seen in the touring cars have helped.
Going into race 2, Matt, we've got to kind of wrap this up quickly as qualifying's just about to end. No Ben Parkey, and obviously neither of the Prolapse boys either. Double points. You were and ahhing just before when you heard Ben wasn't going to make it. Now Laney wasn't able to make it. Double points. Are you happy that you've taken your points here?
So far, so good. You know, I've got 3 points over N in this round, obviously, and he's on double points. So what we're fighting for is match for match at the minute. I've got 3 points over him, the 5 for the race win, and he pulled 2 back with the fastest lap on the pole. But look, this is all for the team. This is all for the Drivers' Championship as well. They're missing rounds. Yeah, they've got their double points to come. But provided I can make every round and I don't miss any, it bodes well for the championship and bodes well for going up and bodes well for promotion and winning the title, which is what we're all here to play for. I've just got to now keep an eye on him because he's you know, we saw him at Red Bull Ring and he was consistent, not quite on the pace, and then last week he was up there. This week again, you know, the guy's on the pace and he's quick. He's making that Audi look quick. We spoke down off air that the Audi it seems to be an handful in people's hands. N's making this car sing and dance, and he's making this car look an absolute treat to drive. So I've got my work cut out this second race, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, you're starting at the back. What's the plan?
Head down, duck a dive and get through, see what we can do, see what we can say out to turn 1. The exit curb's a bit of a bugger, so we'll see what we can do on the exit of turn 1. Pick our way through the field, that's all we can do. We've just got to head down and see what happens, at the start.
Well, good luck to you in race 2, and also good luck to Emperor as well. We'll leave you to get back to your parties and in your sessions, as Ukbar takes pole position at the minute, Kelly, with quite a gap as well. He's got a second over Dean, and Dean currently in second place at the minute, and we've got 10 seconds left, and looks like we've got 3 happy drivers as well.
Yeah, seems to be. Yeah, I was going to say we have only got a few seconds left, so those drivers have got to get back, get themselves comfortable. Sorry?
Just Dean left to finish a lap.
Yes, just Dean left to finish the lap. He's down on his delta at the moment, so it looks like Ugpar's going to put this one on pole. Might be a better race for Ugbar, starting from the front. He's going to be the guy that he's definitely got the pace, so he's going to be the guy that they're left are going to beat, unless he drops it, of course. You know, anything can happen, can't it, Dan?
Anything can happen, but Ugbar does at the minute take the pole position. It looks like that Dean's going to struggle to try and take that away from him, but
he's
nonetheless,
on the front row, though.
He is on the front row. That's a good opportunity for Dean. He just needs to keep it on track and stay consistent. He should be able to score some decent points, but it's going to be an interesting season. Now Emprava seems to be a real threat in that Audi, Kelly. He's really starting to get the best out of that car, and a circuit as well where others have struggled with the Audi. Like Matt says, he's making it sing and dance. He seems to be making it work, and he could be a threat. He might be a dark horse for this championship.
Yes, he's definitely a contender. There's no doubt about that. And Pro-Am does this, doesn't it? People who come along that we're not aware of, that we haven't had dealings with before, come along, and we don't know what their paces and so on and so forth. And Emplava's certainly the surprise of Pro-Am so far, and long may it continue. I'm looking forward to seeing how this whole season shapes up, really.
And that is the end of qualifying. Ugbar takes the second pole position here this evening, with Dean starting alongside him with Bryn and Stealth Sloth on the second row. Third row goes with Smithy and the first of the non-qualifiers of Welshie in sixth. Fourth row goes with Smoky Devil and Emprava, and on the fifth row of the grid, right at the back, is DJ Phil and Matt Ahimovic. Here we go, guys. Race 2. Same again, a little bit later in the evening here, but we are about to get underway here for a race 2. Let's get your predictions in on who you think is going to take the win towards the end of the night, and also get your driver of the day in later on. There's 23 people currently watching, so hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you do like what you see here, then head over to the Simplay Motorsport Facebook page, and if you want to get involved for any of the events that are going on, GTE, there's still available slots in the World Endurance for that if you want to enter that one, and there's spaces available for the Formula 1 as well if you are interested in doing some Formula 1 on a Sunday night. But also there's a couple of spaces available for next season for when we do GT3s as well. But make sure you get in the comments, head on to the Discord as well, as we will be underway here for a race 2. Kelly, we got to make a prediction for a winner here. Who are you going to go with?
Well, I'm going to. I was going to say Ugbar, but I'm going to not put the curse on him again, and I'm going to say Matt. I want to see Matt come from the back. Let's see what his race skill is. Let's see what his racecraft is. Yeah, I'm going to go for Matt.
There's a couple of comments in the comments here. Smithy saying, "Come on, Welshie," and Disco saying, "Backing Matt for a cheeky double. Can he bring the London buses home?" I'll tell you what.
Double.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna put the curse on Ugbar because it didn't work too much on Emprava, so I'm gonna support Ugbar on this one. He's on pole, he's got the pace. Can he pull away from the rest? As we are about to get synced up here, guys, make sure you get in the comments, get your predictions in. We're about to get underway for race 2, round 6 of the season. The lights come on, the revs rise. And we are away here at Hockenheim, and looks like Dean gets a better start than Ugbar as Dean goes into turn 1, and Dean will lead into turn 1 as they come through the corner. How is everyone doing? Someone hasn't gone off the line. Someone's standing still. Is that Smoky Devil?
Smoky, by the looks of it.
Smoky hasn't moved.
Yeah, Ugbar back up into first place. He's
disconnected.
As Dean goes round, that's Dean books Bryn into second position, and Smithy in third, as they all make really very wide on that out on the grass there. The Akura should be out there to cut it back, but Ugbar's giving Ugbar a real chance to break away a little bit. And Plava's already up into 4th, and Matt's right there with him in 5th place. So half a lap down, and it's all go here.
Yeah, well, Matt's trying to find his way past Stelsloff, and he does so. So Matt's got to stick onto the back of that Audi, but it is Ugbar who leads the way with Bryn in 2nd, with Smithy in 3rd position. A good start for Smithy up in 3rd, with Emplava in 4th, Matimovic in 5th, and Stelsloff in 6th, DJ Phil 7th, Welshie in 8th, not the best start for him, and Dean, after being in the lead at the start, has dropped it and gone to the back of the pack. And sadly, we have lost Smokey from this race. He is disconnected, so sadly we will not be able to have him finish this race. But Emplava now behind the back of the Sweet and Sour Motorsport Akora. He'll want to hold him up for as long as he can, so Matt is able to pounce as he's looking for an opportunity around that Akora right now.
Look at the understeer on Smithy's car. He's turning left and going forwards. There's need to work on some sound.
What's happened to Matt?
What has happened to Matt? That's a good question.
He's got a spin.
He's dropped it there in the stadium section. That's gonna hurt him. He's gonna have to work hard now. That's for certain, sure. As Emplava is having a look at Smithy in the background, you've got DJ Phil, Stelsloss and Welshie all in the McLaren in a Lamborghini sandwich there.
As Emplava is down the inside, he's looking to make a move on Smithy into turn 2, and he does so. He's trying to get past the Akora, and he does so. He's now up into 3rd place. What can he do about the BMW and the Ginetta in front of him now, as DJ Phil is under pressure from Welshie and has lost out to Welshie? And Smokey Devil says no way, disconnected with an angry emoji. I'm so sorry for that, Smokey.
Yeah.
Such a shame.
It's a cruel world, the internet, and Smokey.
Bryn's gone straight on at the hairpin. Or he did. It looked like he did for a minute.
Recovered it. Yeah, recovered it, but probably lost a little bit of time to Emplava. So Ugbar leads this race 2.5 seconds gap after lap 2 as Ugbar goes very deep into that corner. He'll be able to recover it from there.
Bryn's out of spin.
Bryn's round. So dramas here at Hockenheim on this one. Bryn doing the right thing. He has to wait so long. Tries not to get in the way of Matt as he turns it round, recovering Matt and recovering Dean. Takes Bryn right to the back of the pack. So that's a disaster for him.
Yeah, it is. As, that brings Emplava now up into 2nd place. Can he take his first win of this season, or can Ugbar take his first win of the season? But Matt, not the start he wanted. He had a good start. He was up with Emplava and pushing his way through the pack, but now he has to work his way through the pack, and he has to clear cars one by one. Lap 6 is when the pit window opens. Disco in the comments saying bad luck, dude. Probably towards Smokey about being disconnected. But Matt now has got a titanic of a job to do. Emplava is hunting down Ugbar, and Matt has to clear all of this traffic first.
But he's only 10 seconds off the lead after 3 laps, so it's not
down the inside. He's down the inside of DJ Phil, and he looks like he's got the job done.
A bit of a bash in there. I think he had a bit of a knock with Welshie there as well. The car seems to go all over the shop as we see DJ Phil off on a bit of an expedition out onto the grass there. So Matt got a little bit roughed up in that corner, but lives to fight another day. He's now got Welshie to deal with. He has a look down the inside. Is he going straight for it? He certainly is. I think Welshie was extremely kind on him there. Didn't cover him off at all. Extremely kind. So now Matt is up to 5th place. And as I said,
I'm now going to make a comment that Matt's probably not going to like, but these cars just getting out of his way because they're friends with him, you know? Because he was hinting the other day that Prolapse drivers were just moving out of my way, but look at this Lamborghini. It's just let the Akora through.
Just like the parting of the sea, isn't it? Kind of goes around, comes around a bit. Up behind his teammate now. Now that's not going to be a difficult one to pass, is it? So Matt's making good progress very quickly, and as his teammate gets out on the grass a little bit, I think you'll find that Smithy will jump out the way reasonably quickly for Matt to let Matt crack on, and which he would, which any of your teammates would, wouldn't he? Matt's on double points this evening, and Smithy's not,
so far he hasn't
switch happening any moment now.
He hasn't quite let him through yet, but Smithy is still in front of him right now, as Matt will probably go down the inside of turn 1, and there you go. Smithy has lifted and Matt Avinovic move up into a third place position. He's got a big gap to make up now as he runs a little bit wide through turn one. That's track limits, Matt, as he has lifted. So he's given the time back though. So I think he's given about too much time really, but nonetheless he's given the time back. But he can afford to because it's his teammate that's gone through. But Emplava bringing that gap down to 2 seconds between him and Ugbar. But Ugbar's holding his own right now. Oh, as Dean in the background's dropped it again.
Yeah, off in the background for sure. These are all in close company here, and I'm surprised. Smithy's making it that difficult for Matt, to be honest.
He is a little bit as well. She's looking to try and make a move on Matt, but he's not able to do so. So it's Acura versus Lamborghini right now. MC Motorsport versus Sweet and Sour Motorsport as well. So these four cars are going at it.
I'm struggling with this one, Dan. I really am. Smithy let him through on the straight. Matt goes back past. There we go. That's.
She's going for the chance as well. I thought he was going to then, but he lifted.
Yeah, it looked like it. Well, they were being a little bit nice, aren't they? God, you guys played like this when I was in Pro-Am. So, yes, Matt now up into third. So what's Matt got to do? 13 seconds off the lead. Emplava is bringing the gap down to Ugbar, but Matt has got to make 13 seconds to the lead. So he's cleared all the traffic. It's now going to be about pace.
39.9 from Emplava.
Pit stops. Yeah, Emplava's on an absolute mission. He has a sniff of this win, and he's going to have a go at it, that's for certain sure. So this is going to be the scrap. Can Emplava catch Ugbar and pass him? Can Matt catch the pair of them and pass them? That's what's going to happen. Don't go anywhere. Don't switch over. Don't go and watch, I don't know, whatever rubbish would be on TV. Don't go bother. Stay right here. See this to the end. It's going to be an exciting battle.
So Ugbar leads the way with 1.5 second gap to Emplava, who's bringing that gap down really quickly. We now move back to Bryn, who's trying to find his way past DJ Phil, but DJ Phil is catching onto the back of the Lamborghini duo as Matt has now left the rest of them for dead. He's made a 3-second gap to Smithy already, and Smithy's about to get mugged by Lamborghinis by the looks of things. Oh, not quite. He seems to have the grunt, that Acura. Seems to be able to pull away a little bit.
Not bad for a lawnmower, is it?
Oh, look at the Lamborghini of so sloth, nearly. He sends one on Welshie and gets past. I don't think he planned to do that.
Was it?
No, I don't think it was. I don't think he actually planned to do that, but he ended up turning from a mistake into an overtake, so he passes his teammate, but Welshie comes back and sends it back on him.
Oh, teammates rubbing doors.
Into team rivalry. Oh, as you see Bryn in the background having a spin.
Yes, as DJ Phil has got past Stealth as well while he's been while they've been scrapping, while teammates have been scrapping. DJ Phil, Silent Assassin, he's picked off one of them. He's now on the back of Welshie, and Smithy just in front of that as well. The top three are away. Matt is on the chase, and these guys are looking for the best of the rest positions, really.
They are, as Ugbar still doing a very good job at the minute out front as Welshie looks down the inside of Smithy.
And again, Welshie backs out of it. Has he got some sort of...
DJ Phil's hit the wall. I'm not sure, he might have had a wiggle there, and the McLaren is quite bad for a wiggle, and he's ended up in the wall, so probably got a little bit of damage as they now start lap 6, so they will be able to pit this lap. So
the leaders... Tell you what, you know, if Dean keeps his head down, the way these guys are going, he'll be on the back of them in a minute, and it's very possible for Dean to go from 8th to 4th if he can get on the back of these four, and they're tripping over each other. There's a good opportunity here.
There is definitely so, as Welshie still trying to defend from his teammate, but Emplava has brought the gap down to a second to Ugbar. Can he find a way past and get his first maiden win here at Simplay Motorsport? Or will Ugbar get another win to his name, but his first win of the season? That is the question. What's going to come out on top this time, Ginetta or Audi? Audi's been looking really strong here at its home circuit.
But the Ginetta's been okay around here in the hands of Ugbar. We know the Ginetta's not a great car. It's one of those ones, it's another high downforce car which sticks the road but hasn't got that straight line speed. But Ugbar seems to make it work on his day. And is today his day. We've both, although Emplava's really brought the gap down on that last half a lap, we've both raced Ugbar. He's been around before we have, and he knows his way round. He knows how to win races. He knows what he's doing. But can he keep that gap to Emplava? It's a tough one, I'd say.
Emplava does look like he is the faster one of the two, but Ugbar is doing a very good job of matching him pretty much lap for lap. He is able to defend from the Latvian. Can the Dutchman defeat the Latvian? This is what I like as well. Two non-British drivers here fighting for the race win at Simplay Motorsport. Who's going to come out on top? Matt is just not able to match these guys, or matching Ugbar, but he's not really making any dent into the leaders, as Smithy is the first man to pit. So Smithy gets his pit stop done and out the way. So where is this going to put him out? Obviously it puts him last, but how will it all fold into place after all the pit stops are done, as he has exits the pits there? I thought he was flashing his lights, but that's just the lighting.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, as you say, Dan, Matt is matching the pace, but he's not gaining on these guys, and I think that's where he might well be pinned. You know, if you can't have a significant pace advantage, he's not going to make back 14 seconds, is he?
No, he needs to kind of hope that these two kind of trip over each other as they go through the final section of the stadium. Matt's only now coming into the stadium. He can see them going through the final few sectors. And as you see there, Emplava, not the best exit through that corner there. And Ugbar is just improving lap for lap. He was actually quicker than Emplava that time. So he's really starting to get into a groove here, Ugbar. He just seems to be a little bit better in these cooler conditions, later conditions. So a couple of comments coming in as Moby Day says, come on, son. DJ Phil with massive damage to the McLaren. Yeah. Fury in the comments saying, how does the Merc look around here from practice? Smokey was alright tonight. Fury, you should be well with the AMG grunt. I've noticed the tyres go off pretty quickly. Well, Smokey managed to put it on the podium, mate, so you should be able to do it in the pros. So make sure you tune in tomorrow night to see how Fury gets on in his Mercedes as DJ Phil is into the pits after major damage.
Yes, I thought he might pit after that, because that was quite a rough one. He must have done some significant damage to that car. As you can see, yes, look at that, crabbing its way down the pit lane. If this wasn't a virtual world, that would probably be retiring that car with that kind of damage. But there you go. By the miracle of the internet, his headlights repaired. It's all put back together. They'll stand there, have a little bit of a chin wag. They'll take the flag up, and sometime in the next week, it'll be moving.
Well, Smithy is now past DJ Phil. I think he's got major damage, so it's going to be a while. So let's move away from that. Ugbar has extended the gap ever so slightly. It's nearly 2 seconds now to Emplava. So when does Emplava come in? Has he overheated the tyres a little bit? Does he need to come down and cool them down a little bit? As Ugbar opts to pit. So he's now done his mandatory pit stop. Where is Emplava? He carries on and takes the lead of this race. So what does Matt do? Does he follow Ugbar in, or does he extend his gap? Other fights that are going on at the minute. There's a fight between Welshie, Stelsloff and Dean, all separated by a couple of seconds as Matt decides to continue on. Fury in the comments saying, think this track more than anything, but got to stick with it.
Certainly have, Furby. I do like that. Pro Laps have named him Furby, so renamed Fury to Furby. I like that. So if you don't know what we're on about, Google it.
My name was actually N-Dubs, which also Smithy calls me as well. So I don't think he's ever called me by my real name or my gamer name. He's just called me N-Dubs the whole time.
Yeah.
But Stelsloff's also in the pits. He's managed to get his pit stop done and out the way.
I don't think that Pro Laps have renamed me, or nothing that's broadcastable anyway.
I can't remember. It might have to be in the game chat, but the group chat. Sorry. So which I can't. Yeah, I can't give any info.
It might not be repeatable on stream. Maybe something beginning with K or C. I don't know.
But Emplava still leads this race with a healthy gap of 13 seconds back to Matimovic. But the question is, where will he feed out compared to Ugbar? Ugbar 20 seconds behind, so he had a good pit stop. So how's this going to feed out? Is Emplava thinking of going as long as he possibly can to extend the gap? I don't think so, because his time's come down and he's hit the wall.
And he's dropped it. He's dropped it into the
No.
pit lane as well.
He's hit the wall. That is not what he wanted. So he's got a decent gap to Matt. Has he sustained any damage? That is the question.
That is the question. And is
As
he
Matt's
set up
in
to
as well.
repair it?
Matt's in.
You're quite right, Matt's in as well. He managed not to hit the wall on his way in, and yeah, a couple of mistakes from these guys. Smokey having the same sort of problem as he came into the pit lane as well. Let's see how long they hold him for on this one.
Ukbar retakes the lead. Ukbar's
Yes, he
gone.
does. By a long shot.
He's
By
long
the
gone.
looks of it. Yep. And Matt's.
Wait. Hang on a minute.
What's the problem?
Did Ukbar have a drive-through? As Dean's in. That's a big gap that Ukbar has made. I'm not sure. I might be wrong, but that's a big gap. He's Imprava's lost 9 seconds to Ukbar.
Yeah, let's see how it all shakes out in a minute, shall we? Because we saw it.
Oh, Bryn's in the pits, but he gets a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, such a shame there for Bryn. So Bryn losing out big time there. I was just speeding in the pit lane ever so slightly as Dean comes out and has jumped Smithy after the pit stop. So that's decent for Dean. Can he get on the back of Stelsloff? He's passed Stelsloff already. So Dean up into 5th. Oh no, he's back down to 6th. What's happened to Dean? He's had a spin, I think. Or I'm not sure what's happened there because Smithy's now up into 5th and we're watching Matt. We should be watching what's going on there. Dean's got major damage, that's why he's hit something.
Yeah, he's hit everything by looks like.
And he's gone again. I don't know what's happened there. I don't know if he exits the pit and hit the wall or something like that. Sadly we missed that, but now Smithy will move ahead of Dean. Stealth, what's happened to Stealth Sloth? Has he got damage? Where's Stealth Sloth? There he is, he ain't got no rear wing.
No spoiler, yeah.
I think these two have had it coming together.
Well, either that or they've managed to drop it all by themselves, and they're in close company, so maybe they did. So going back to the front, see now Matt's gap to Emplava has come back.
Well,
it's
she's
down
in.
It's down to about 7 or so seconds, and it was 14. I think Emplava's spin in the pit lane, Dan, is what has made it the problem for him and made the big gap that Ukbar has got, you know, because he's lost so much time to Matt, and we know they came in together. They had a similar kind of pit stop. I think Emplava's
unless he repaired the damage that he got hitting the wall, but nonetheless he's lost big time to Ukbar. Ukbar with a comfortable gap of 15 seconds. Surely he would not have gained 14 seconds.
Well, as I said, you've got to look at what gap that Matt has brought back, and considering they were all lapping at a similar kind of lap time, it's down to 7 seconds now.
I'm just looking at the outlaps here. Emplava 2:13, Matt 2:08, and Ukbar's was a 1:59. So unless he had the most lightning of pit stops, then Bryn's into the pits as well. He's got damaged by the looks of things as well. So the BMWs are not having the best of run here, as Dean has managed to get himself back to the pits, but Stelsloff's still a long way to go. But Ukbar, at this precise minute of what we know, is looking good to take a first win of the season and another win for the Ginetta, but he's just got to keep it out on track.
Yes, indeed, and looking comfortable. He's got a 20-second gap now. Matt's going to be is bringing his gap down to Emplava. Is Emplava still carrying damage down? When he came in for that pit stop, did he have an opportunity to set his pit garage up to repair that damage? I thought his and Matt's pit stops were of a similar length, and Matt is now catching him hand over fist. And as we see, Emplava's last lap was a 47 and Matt's is a 40, so Matt's really bringing this gap down. He's got it down to 2 seconds, so let's see, is Emplava carrying damage? Is he going as fast as he can? Matt catching really quick now. This, of course, letting Ukbar way off the hook, 20 seconds in front. Ukbar's got to have this in the bag, really, hasn't he?
Well, Ukbar is looking very strong for this one. Again, unless he has the drive-through penalty, we don't actually know until we see that towards the end. But I think he looks clean and clear.
Yeah, I don't think he has. I just think that's the way it all panned out myself. So we're on board with Matt, and as you can see, that's Emplava in front. You can almost smell him from this distance, can't you? You know, just there, and that's what just a couple of seconds looks like, really. And
I don't know if Emplava's carrying too much damage. I just think he just had a bad outlap by the looks of things. Matt's not really gained that much on this lap. If anything, he's only gained a couple of tenths here or there, and they've both lost out to Ukbar, who's long gone. He's now on to the start of lap 13. So yeah, Ukbar looking solid at this precise minute, which was a good prediction from my end at this precise time. As there's Dean coming back, Bryn coming back on track as Matt's trying to negotiate that traffic, and Emplava coming through the final corner now. Is this a better lap time from him? He possibly just had a poor outlap as he comes towards the line. A 40.7, so yeah, I think it was just a poor outlap from him, as Matt does a 41.0, so actually Emplava gained time that time. Oh, yes, Matt taking track limits there.
Yeah, that was nearly nearly a Nuremberg. That was so much track limits there. But Matt pushing on, trying to bring this gap down. And as you say, the lap times have stabilised a little bit now. Ukbar in a 41.4, Emplava with a 40.0, Matt with a 41.0. So similar kind of lap times again, like they were when we started off before the pit stops.
Yeah, definitely so. Is there any other fights going on track at the minute? Not at this stage. Everyone's all spread out. It's just between Emplava and Matt at the minute. But it is this man who leads this race, lap 13, heading into the stadium to start lap 14 very soon. Ukbar, the Dutchman, leads the way in the Ginetta, and currently in second place is the Latvian of Emplava. We may have two different nationalities on the top two podium positions at this stage. With Matt, well, Matt as well, obviously. Well, different nationalities to what we used here at Simplay Motorsport. Mike says Ukbar can't have a drive-through as he stopped during the pit stop. It would just have driven a fair point. I wasn't really watching. I was too busy making notes. So Ukbar is going to the end then with no drive-through needed. Welshie currently in. So currently, Dutch leading from Latvian, from a Welshman, from a Scotsman. So that's your top four at the minute. Welshie in fourth, and Smithy currently in fifth place, Englishman, and DJ Phil in sixth place. I'm not sure what nationality DJ Phil. I think he's English. I think he's English. Yes. Bryn in seventh is English as well. Dean eighth place is English, and Selstoff I believe is Scottish as well.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's nice to have a couple of different nationalities, especially here at Simplay. We're so used to British drivers or our regional drivers from Scottish, Welsh, and so on and so forth. But it's nice to have a Dutch and a Latvian representing here in Pro-Am.
Yes, indeed. Lap times at the front still staying static. They're all in the 40s at the moment. Matt is into the 1 second gap as they both go under braking. As you get the yo-yo effect, as one person brakes, the other one brakes. The guy in front always gets on the accelerator that a little bit quicker. But Matt has got the gap down. He's within a second now of Emplava, so he can see him. He can see that second position and more points. Both these guys on double points, so all very important. These
and Emplava looked like he had a wiggle there, but yeah, as you say, Kelly, double points for these two. They obviously won't be too worried about Ukbar. Ukbar has just got to pretty much cruise home. Matt will want to score as many points as he possibly can over Emplava, now knowing that Emplava has got the pace in that Audi and can take the fight to him. Can Matt hang in there? That is the question. And both of these two were umming and ahhing about double points, and as soon as one another heard that the Prolapse boys weren't here, they were both on it. And so far, so good for scoring points wise.
Yes, indeed. So this is shaping up. We may have 3 or 4 laps of game on here, Dan. If Matt can just squeeze that last second and get right up on the back of Emplava. So it'll be the other way around from race 1, where Matt was the one being given pressure. He'll be the now one giving out the pressure onto the back of Emplava, who's got to defend from the Welshman. And yes, it's could be game on for these last couple of laps.
It could be, as Matt did say in the comments, that he knows his touring car driving, so he might have a bit of elbows out racing between him and Emprava. Can Emprava keep that Acura behind him? That is the question, but Ukbar leads the way still. He didn't have the best of laps, a 42.3 that last lap, and Emprava not any better really. Matt's the only one really staying consistent as he gets right onto the back. He has a flash of the lights there to let Emprava know he is hunting him down. But guys, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Share the stream around. Let's get this video as many views as we possibly can. Hit the bell to be notified for when we're live, and if you do like everything here at Simplay Motorsport, then head over to our Facebook page and have a look on there. And also we also have a Discord as well, so make sure you check that out. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night as the pros will hit the track here at Hockenheim. Is rain lingering around? That is the question, and can I extend the gap between myself and Andy, or what can the BMWs of Disco and Andy do? Also Fury in the Mercedes with a great round, and what can Gary do in the Porsche, the old two-time champ? What can he do as well? But we are coming towards the final stages of this race. Make sure you get your driver of the day in as well, as my computer's gone down and I'm going to shut up for a minute.
Well, that'd be nice. So yeah, tomorrow night pro from 8 o'clock, as Dan said. Can he go on to win some more races and extend his lead over Andy? And where's Gary? Where is Gary? We want to see him back towards the front and back in the mix. But that's tomorrow night, and we're on Pro-Am, and that's tonight. And as we're watching Matt chase down Emplava, these two have been in close company all last race, and it's game on again. I think this is the way the season's going to go between these two, and hopefully with the Pro Laps boys back for the next round, it's all game on. It's all very competitive in Pro-Am.
There's
some good racing and some good fights, that's for sure.
Oh, Emprava just messed the airpin up a bit, and that's given Matt an opportunity to try and send it on him. Also, Bryn has made a move on Dean, so he's now moved up a place, fighting his teammate there, battling it out for 7th and 8th. But Bryn does have that 10-second penalty, as Matt is right on the back of that Audi of Emprava. This is he says he doesn't. He's able to take pressure, and he doesn't get nervous, doesn't feel the pressure. Can he hang on in there now? Drivers of the day, Michael Matthews saying driver of the day, Matt Emprava close second. We'll get to mine and Kelly's a little bit later on, but one already vote for Matt.
Emplava's starting to get a little bit scruffy, if you ask me. Starting to just understeer past these apexes quite a lot, fighting the car a little bit. Has he worn those tyres down? Is he starting to struggle?
Well, Dean's in the pits as well, so he's now exiting the pits. Will he get in the way of this fight as Matt crosses the line and does a 40.2? Matt pumping in personal best right now. Can he do anything about the Audi? There is Dean. He stays well out the way, which was a good job from him. Disco in the comments saying...
Turn one. Great run. Oh, that's a long way back if he's going to try it. As I say, had a brilliant turn one. Hit the apex perfectly and got a good run out. And getting really close now to Emplava. This is a couple of laps to go. Ukbar's on lap 17, 20 seconds ahead of these guys. It's all still to play for. Emplava comes across. He defends from Matt. Matt's going to have to go round the outside. Is he going to try and switch it back? No, Emplava puts his car just in the right place. No room for Matt to get round there. Matt has another look towards Jinx to the right-hand side to see what he can do. Flat scat through here, it's not going to do it there. There is an opportunity here, but you'll have to be really close. And Matt right on the rear bumper of Emplava. This one is really hotting up as they come round to the back straight just before they go into the complex, and going to be tight through the complex between these two.
It's going to be difficult through the stadium section. Can Emprava hang on? It's not really an opportunity for Matt to really find a way through at this precise minute. Disco in the comments saying Welshie driver of the day, 2 solid P4s. Yeah, Welshie's done a fantastic job. But at the minute, my vote is going to one driver in my mind, and the question is, it all depends how this pans out right now. Ukbar still leads the way. He's on his penultimate lap. Can he take his first win? He's looking good for it, but Emprava and Matt are still battling it out. Who's going to come out on top? Audi or a corner? Latvian or Welshman? Who will win this fight?
Right, we're about to find
Matt's
out.
having a look. He taps him.
Yeah.
And he has to wait.
Oh.
That's given Ugbar definite confirmation that he'll take the race win with that contact. And Matt gives Emprava a hit up the rear. And just as they get going, Matt has a better run off of standstill, and he's going to have the inside for the hairpin. So has Emprava got damage, and Matt's going to be down the inside, and that's P2 secured by the looks of things. As Emprava tries to go around the outside.
Yeah, I don't think that's the way I'd like to have seen it done, to be fair.
Yeah, it is a little bit questionable, Matt, with a little bit of a spin round, and then just as they get going again, he gets on the power first and gets the run up to the hairpin, so he gets the job done nonetheless. As they come through the final few sectors here, it's Ugbar well out in front into the final corner now, and he will start his final lap here. Ugbar en route to take his first win of the season, 2 wins to his name, but Emprava is coming back at Matt. He's looking down the inside, he thinks better of it. Matt has now got the pressure of the Audi. The Emprava will not be too happy about that. He'll want to try and find a way past, he'll want to outscore Matt, but at the minute Matt is outscoring Emprava.
Yes, he is. And again, get your drivers in, drivers of the day votes in, and if you haven't already, but it's all going Ugbar's way on this one. Ugbar is on the final lap. We will jump to him just a moment. I just want to see how these guys.
Matt's dropped it!
Matt's dropped it. He's gone round, and that's a rare mistake for Matt.
Now the question is, where's Welshie?
Welshie's too far back.
I was going to say, if Matt's got significant damage to the front end of that car, he will struggle to keep Welshie behind him, but Welshie way too far behind to catch Matt now, so Matt looks like he's going to have to stick for 3rd place, and I kind of think that's a bit fair after the hairpin situation. So but it's this man, Ugbar, he took pole position for race 2. He's looked solid here for this race. He had a couple of moments where he was close to Emprava, but he is on his way to take his first win of the season on merit as well in that Ginetta. What a drive from Ugbar for race 2.
Absolutely, as faultless on this one, from lights to flag on this one. He started on pole position. He's going to come round to take his first win of this season in the Ginetta. Not the easiest car in the world to make happen. I tipped him for race 1. That went really, really badly, so I stayed away from tipping him for race 2. He slows down. He knows that he's got this. Great win. Very happy with that one. Ugbar is your man who takes the race win, and very well deserved.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah, Bryn's having a little spin, a little moment. So Ugbar takes you in. The Dutchman takes the win here this evening. The Latvian is going to come home in second. Emprava will come home for 2nd place on double points. Good job from him.
Good effort.
And in the background there is Bryn, and Matt will have to come home in 3rd place. So nonetheless, good points for him. And on double points as well, so he extends his gap to Ben Parky and the rest of the Pro Laps boys as well. And Emprava probably matched one another on points. We see it on the final positions. But Welshie, one driver of the day from him from Disco. Welshie with a solid job with 4 points.
Yeah, 2 good solid 4th places for Welsh. He's got to be, he's got to have an honourable mention, that's for certain sure.
Well, this is what I was going to get onto now, Kelly. We've now got to come up with our drivers of the day. I want to say an honourable mention to Smokey, actually, for his P3 in race 1. He did a solid job, and if it wasn't for him being disconnected, he probably would have been on his way for another podium as well, possibly. But if I'm going to be different, I'm going to go the way of Emprava. He's managed to done a good job here as well. She crosses the line to take a P4, but I'm going to go the way of Emprava. I think he's done a great job. He looked very strong in that Audi, really got it going. Matt was always going to be favoured here, but he's really put the fight towards Matt tonight.
Yeah, and I have to agree with you, Dan. And a good hard racing between the two of them. Although, just for me, I think some of Matt's moves were a little bit too questionable. I'm always one for hard racing, but just went out. Emprava would be my driver of the day. But this is the kind of stuff we want. We want door to door. We want wheel to wheel racing. So cracking battle between those two. And as I say, honourable mention for Ugbar. And had his mistakes in race 1, he would have also been a contender in race 1. So what could have been, but a solid win for him.
Well, this is your end result for race 2, round 6 of the Pro-Am Championship, and it goes the way of the Dutchman of Ukbar. So he takes the win here this evening, with Enprava coming home in 2nd place. 3rd place goes the way of Mate Himovic, 4th of Welshie, 5th place goes of Smithy, 6th is DJ Phil, 7th is Sprint, 8th is Dean Wasocki, and 9th is Stealth Sloth. Hopefully we can get Enprava in. We've actually now just got Ukbar in, and hopefully the tables have been updated. Yes, they have. Lovely jubbly. And after this round, it's fastest lap did go the way of Enprava, so he gains an extra point on that one as well. The point system looks this way. Matt Sahimovic leaves Hockenheim with 11-point gap over Enprava in 2nd place. Ukbar moving his way up the table, up into P3, is 61 points behind, still yet to take his double points. P4 is still Smithy with 57 points in that position. 5th place is Ben Parkey on 46, not being able to race tonight, with Welshie now up into 6th on 43. Smoky Devil in 7th place with 39 points, and 8th place goes the way of Laney, unable to race with 37 points. Dean Wasocki in 9th with 35. Bryn in 10th with 33. 11th is Stolslav with 30 points. DJ Phil moves up to 12th on 26. Nikki is in 13 with 25 points, and still yet to score is that Buzzy Boy and Chocolate Man. And we have got the top 3 in the chat with us now, and first things first, Matt, not quite the way you wanted race 2 to go, but nonetheless good points, double points. You walk away from Hockenheim leading the title, but only by 11 points, but to Enprava now.
Yeah. Yep.
You don't seem too happy about that one, but
bright yellow Lamborghinis, or one of them, just want to be absolute flipping idiots. I think I might start racing without a party, because him in 8th you just cannot concentrate with, and yeah, questionable driving.
Nonetheless, you leave Hockenheim with 2 podiums, 1 race win, a 3rd place, and good double points nonetheless. You gained, you've extended the gap over Pro Laps, you've extended the gaps over Team Pro Laps as well. So it's not all that bad, is it?
No, it's not doom and gloom. It's just, you want to race hard and fair. I don't know what happened to Enprava, but I saw stuff off and I caught up to the back of Enprava. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know if them two had been caught up in an incident. I'd already had an incident with Stealth earlier on lap 1. I dropped it on my own. That was my bad. Hold my hands up to that one. Got past 10. I gave him a tap up the rear. I waited for him because I'd just outbraked myself. I just didn't stop in time, so I waited for him, let him get back going. Got past him, and then just, that dreaded outside curb at turn 1, just put 2 wheels over the curb and lost it. But when you've got someone in your ear half the time just complaining, it's very off-putting at times when you're trying to have a battle with Enprava, who's a quick guy himself. So it's a bit off-putting and a bit annoying.
Yeah. I can't currently see the Discord, but I believe round 4 will be Bruno Berno, whatever you want to name it. You go there leading in the championship. What's your feelings towards the next round?
Not a big lover of the circuit. It should suit the Acura, hopefully, but I think I've got to get a lot of testing done in the week, because I'm sort of, obviously with me back, I'm not able to test as much as others, or I don't know if I'm able to test as much as others, but Ukbar and Enprava's picked up the pace, and if Ben and Laney are back next week, I need to up my game.
Well, nonetheless, you walk away leading the title and a 1st and a 3rd, so congratulations on that. And I believe also you've taken driver of the day through the votes, so congratulations on that as well. 2nd place, the other man taking his double points this evening and took fastest lap again. Enprava, you walk away from Hockenheim 11 points behind Matt now. This championship fight is really looking strong for yourself. You must be thoroughly enjoying this.
I am. I hope I can continue the rest of the season like this, but let's see.
So obviously race 2, bit of the reverse grid, you managed to pick your way through the pack earlier on, trying to hunt down Ukbar, just didn't quite have enough. What happened in the pit lane?
I didn't practice it a lot, so I went a bit too quick, so and I had a spin.
Oh no, so that's probably where you lost all the time, so that's a bit of a shame for yourself.
Well, I changed my tires as well. I don't know if Ukbar did.
Oh my, okay, so you lost a lot of time there. That's probably why he gained so much time on you. But nonetheless, you're now second in the championship, only 11 points behind Matt. And I bet you wasn't thinking that after round 3, was you?
No, I was thinking coming here that I will beat Laney and get in front of him or closer to him, but he wasn't here, so easy.
Good stuff. We head to Bruno or Berno, however you want to pronounce it. Is it a circuit that you like? Is it a circuit you're looking forward to? And how do you think the Audi's going to get on there?
I don't know how the Audi will compare to other cars, but I like the circuit. I enjoy the long turns, and you have to be really concentrated to get a fast lap in.
One more question. Do you think you can win this title?
Of course I can.
Well, congratulations, buddy, and we will see you in a week's time in Bruno. So well done on tonight, and you got driver of the day from myself. So well done on that as well.
Thanks for that.
But we now go to the Dutchman, Oakbar. Congratulations, mate! Your first win of the season, a second win overall in the Ginetta. Well done, mate. It's been a while since your last win.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm very, of course, I'm very happy with it. I was a bit worried when I took my pit stop because Lava was just behind me, but I was quite surprised. His pit stop was that slow, and I had a 1.9 second pit stop, so that I had a lot of time, which I won. I don't like Hockenheim at all. This is one of the few races I didn't crash at Hockenheim.
Well,
so I'm happy.
Yeah, good points for yourself. That now puts you now third in the championship. Quite a bit away yet from the leaders, but obviously you still yet to take your double points, and hopefully a couple more races that way, and you should be able to take the fight towards the leaders as well.
Yeah, I hope so. I had a bad start at the Red Bull Ring, which I started from 11th. Last week I came in 2 times 4th, so I climbed up to 7th, and now I'm 3rd. So I hope the rest of the season goes well, and I get 2 races in a row. I won't crash.
We now head to Bruno Berno. What's your opinions on the track, and do you think you can take another podium, possibly another win there?
Yes, I do think so. I haven't tried the Ginetta at Brno yet, but I raced it quite a lot in the AMG GT3 at LMP2. I like the track. It is very technical, and I think the Ginetta is very well served to be fast at Brno. It's a technical circuit, and yeah, the Ginetta is very how do you call that? When you can take sharp turns. I don't know the English word.
But nonetheless, it's been a great round for you here. Not quite the start of race 1 that you wanted, but race 2 nonetheless a race win. So congratulations on that. Kelly, any last words from yourself?
No, another great night, Dan. Yeah, some great racing this evening and some good results. So, yeah, all good, mate. Absolutely. And look forward to Pro tomorrow night. Tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m. and Formula 1 on Sunday.
Yes, but the Pro guys will hit the track tomorrow night. Can Kelly get a race win before Lando Norris? That is the question.
Can he stay off the back?
Can he get a win? Can he get a podium? That's the question. Can I extend the gap to the BMWs? Or will Disco and Andy give me pressure? Can Gary get on the podium and get a win? Can Slutty do anything in the McLaren? So many questions, so many answers will be given to you tomorrow. Matt will be in the commentary box with you tomorrow. Hopefully with Nicky if he's got rid of that horrible COVID, this horrible COVID thing that's going around. So hopefully you'll be in, and like Kelly said, Imola on a Sunday as well, so make sure you tune in for that. But from the Pro-Am, from myself, from Kelly, it's a good night from us, and we will see you in a week's time in Brno.
Good night.
You're out.
Sweet. Has now the drop gourds been added?
Yeah, I've just updated them.
Oh, okay. Ukbar, you're now 5th, actually, after the drop scores.
Because obviously Laney, Ben and Nicky gained points because their drop score's now 0.
Yeah. So, still close though. Still got to take double points and everything. Well done, guys.
Matt?
Mm-hmm.
Were you upset with my comments this evening?
Yeah, I'd like to know the questionable driving.
I thought some of the driving was questionable.
Could you elaborate on which pieces?
You chopped in front of Emplava the first time he had to go at you down the thing. Quite a chop in front of him. You're blocking. Then you had the incident at the race 2 where you two come together, and then you managed to get past him.
My defending.
Whatever. The point being, Matt, that's that, you know, rightly or wrongly, and we've seen it on a stream before, how these things can pan out. I was just calling it like I saw it. Yeah, just the same as you would and have done on myself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's you've just got to, you know, as I said, I was also very fair in saying a lot of complimentary things about your driving as well, you know, and how I was an advocate for hard racing. Yeah, I just said some of it was questionable. That's all.
Yeah. Why is that stopped? Oh, okay. I don't think it's got the end bit in. Oh.
Well, nonetheless, congratulations, guys, on the wins, the podiums, the points, all that lot. Emplava, you've done a solid job tonight, mate. Glad you took your double points now.
What was that?
Are you glad you took your double points now?
Oh yes, I'm really
Sorry,
glad.
by the way, pal. I break myself into turn 2. That's why I waited for you, buddy. Sorry, apologies about that.
I turned in as well, so.
That one was completely my fault. I just really outbreak myself and I caught the back. I didn't mean to catch you there. That's why I sat and waited, because that was my fault. That was my bad. Right. I need a piss.
The last few laps, my left side tires were like double the pressure they normally are.
Oh shit, that's not what you want.
Yeah. I was turning in the first corner and basically the car was going straight.
Whoopsie. Right, boys, I'm gonna jump off, so I will catch y'all possibly tomorrow.
All right, Dan. I'll catch up with you tomorrow sometime.
Yeah, well done to Ukbar, and also congratulations.
Well done, guys.
Yeah, well done. And I'm off. Unlucky, Smokey. Unlucky, man. Okay. Catch y'all later.